What I'm on here for about is Queen Sheba.
Say that louder now, because we don't get to hear that often. Say it louder. Very open-minded about a lot. I think you haven't had an opportunity to experience a conservative relationship. Hold on. And if and when you do, come back and talk to me. Yeah.
What you don't realize is that you don't listen, man.
I don't have to. You're not my daddy.
Oh, baby.
Llama, red pajama, read the story with mama keeps the baby hurt. Llama, go downstairs. Llama, red pajama, feels alone without his mama. Baby llama wants a drink. Mama's at the kitchen sink. Llama, red pajama, call down to his llama. Llama.
All right, the palace. It's time for I Said What I Said Saturdays, right here on Queen Sheba. All right, the palace. Let's go. Damn.
Llama, red pajama, read the story with mama keeps the baby hurt. Llama, go downstairs. Llama, red pajama, feels alone without his mama. Baby llama wants.
Mama's at the kitchen sink. Llama, red pajama, chilling here with the palace. I'ma go. Hey, don't make me. I'm gonna practice a little bit. All right. Welcome everybody to Saturday morning. I said what I said. This is all for you. This is a show, listen, that is created for viewers, baby. Don't wait for me. You do not need my permission to sound off. And if you're not familiar with how this thing works, let me tell you, you got a right to say whatever the hell you want to say. It's Saturday. I said what I said, and it doesn't have to be about anything that is on that thumbnail. That's a completely different segment of the show. Listen, I said what I said. It is a Saturday show where you can call in. You can shoot your shot. You can sound off. You can confess, confront. Hell, don't nobody care. You can vent. You can ask a question. You can listen. Maybe you got something to tell me. And this is the day where we do not take it personal, okay? No rules. Some filters, but not too many. Just pure uncut truth. Let it out. We're listening. Nobody's going to judge you. Don't nobody know you're here. Hell, you waited until Saturday. Well, there are two rules. There's two rules. The first rule is you cannot take it personal, okay? You cannot take it personal. If your name comes up or whoever you're talking about, they can't take it personal. That's what the show is about. I said what I said. And the second rule is as soon as you're done, I need you to sign it, seal it, and deliver it by saying, I said what I said. That's it. That's all. Don't wait for me. It is not my job to carry the show. I created this show for you. It doesn't have to be about a television show. It don't have to be about a hot topic. Hell, it could be about your mama, your dog, your kids. Maybe you want to break up with somebody. When I say what I said, maybe you want to ask somebody out. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you want to ask for a discount. Sound off on your hairstylist, your nail salon, your barber. Maybe your barber jacked you to hell up last week. I don't know. Maybe his prices is way too high. He needs to cut it. The link is pinned to the top of the chat. Like I said, don't wait for me. This is your moment, and I am not going to carry it. I'm going to just wait patiently because I ain't got nothing but time. Let me explain something, though. Should you come on here sounding off? This is a very fun show, by the way. Should you come in and you sounding off and you cooking and you cooking and you cooking and you're going off? And maybe the viewers are like, oh, hell no, I know you ain't talking to me. Well, they can pay a $9.99 super chat just to take you off the block for 5 minutes. They can pay a $9.99 super chat to take you off the block for 5 minutes. Well, how will I know, Queen Sheba? If the girl, they ain't trying to hear what I'm talking about. Baby, in the middle of you cooking and setting it off, if this white man come on the screen. If that white man come on the screen in the middle of you talking, baby, somebody just paid Somebody just paid to silence you, okay, for 5 minutes, but it don't stop there because we love a good old time. We like a good girl or boy fight. Let them fight. They can put themselves back on the square. Well, how can I said what I said? If you pay $9.99 or match the super chat that somebody gave to hush you, to silence you. And for those of you in the chat, don't be talking about play the white man. Baby, put something on it. You know how to play that white man, but this is how you know if they put themselves back on the block. If you see. All right, and that's how it goes. And I'm about to get this party started because there is a line, honey. People are waiting to sound off. Like I said, maybe somebody trying to shoot they shot. Say some stuff. Welcome, Dazzle, to Saturday morning. I said what I said. What you standing on?
Hey, girl. Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday.
Hey.
Okay, well, I said what I said. Okay, well, I feel like when Nicki Minaj did that Dear Black Woman letter, I think she was raised baiting. And as an African American Black woman who've actually witnessed both parties disrespect African American Black women, I think we should stand down and let these two rich girls fight it out. And I feel like Nicki Minaj is actually. I think she has a problem with African American women because I noticed that she's disrespected African American women quite a lot and nobody holds her accountable. And I said what I said.
All right, that was Dazzle. She said what she said.
I don't care. I don't care. I said what I said. I meant what I said.
Let them rich girls have it. Let them rich girls have it. Let them rich girls have it. This ain't none of her business, she said. All right. Welcome to Queen Tulsa Saturday morning. I said what I said. What you standing on?
Yes, thank you so much. And praise God for waking me up on this Saturday. Listen here, Dazzled here because I know her. You're very male identified. Who died and made your ass Mother Teresa girl? Listen here, you're not even for the sisters anyway. Shout out to Diddy getting motherfucking 4 years up in motherfucking prison. It should have been longer. It should have been longer. They should have hit that motherfucker with the books. And the only reason why he sobered up is because he was in there for a year. Baby, he was trying to bond out because that's an addict. Once an addict, always an addict. And I'm here to just say, fuck all you motherfuckers that got something to say about me. I don't give a fuck. Y'all don't pay my motherfucking bills. Listen here, I've been nice for too motherfucking long. No more Mrs. Nice Bitch around this motherfucker. I'm about to wake it up. I'm about to amp it up. And I don't give a fuck who's mad about it. I'm a proud motherfucking transgender woman, bitch. I am married. I got 3 kids. My child got a free scholarship ride to motherfucking college. So you can't tell me that I'm not over here thriving and some motherfucking surviving. And always put God first and everything else second. Let's start paying attention to our children. Look at Celeste. Her motherfucking raggedy whole ass mama. That bitch seemed like she got a motherfucking addiction over there. How you prostituting your damn daughter out? How's you letting 11 and 12-year-old make decisions in your motherfucking house where you pay the bill? You ought to be slapped upside your motherfucking head. And y'all need to give her a motherfucking room in the jail cell. Cause that bitch done pissed me the fuck off. I'm motherfucking mad. And I said what I said.
Happy Shut Your Ass Up Saturday. You already know the assignment. Pretty simple. Keep the petty on high heat. And if somebody starts talking that silly shit, it's shut your ass up. Petty-luya.
Listen, that was Queen Tulsa said what she said, period, point blank. Y'all are on, listen, and let me tell you something about Saturday morning. I said what I said. This is not a scripted show. We don't know who calling in. I don't know what they gonna talk about, okay? This is raw. This is like a free flow in the studio. And speaking of, I said what I said, I got something to get off my chest, and I'm gonna call your name. I'm gonna go ahead and call your name because you listen, let me pull up your name. I thought about it for a couple of days and I was like, nah, Queen Sheba, you need to stand on business. It's Saturday morning. I said what I said, so make it do what it do. Hold on, let me find her name. You might be over here. And this is Saturday. I said what I said, so I can participate too. Let me see where you are. Let me see if I can find you because you done came over here a couple of times and you likes to argue. You likes to argue. You likes to argue with me. And we're going to argue today and I'm going to drop the link.
You wanna argue?
You wanna argue? I can't argue with you. You mad? I can't argue with you. No. Look at you. Look at you. You mad? Look at you. You big mad. I'm happy. Leave me alone. I'm happy.
Hey, I'm gonna get to you in a minute. Welcome, Luna. Saturday morning, I said what I said. What you standing on? You got the floor.
I want to stand on. I want to talk about the whole Nicki Minaj and Cardi B situation. I feel like I'm with Nicki. I know what she said some messed up stuff about the kids. They both did, but I want to say this. I'm not passing the torch to no bit. I know we can't cuss. I'm saying no bit that ain't writing her own raps.
Yes.
And I said what I said on that.
All right, that was Luna. She said what she said.
I heard about you. I was waiting on you at the door.
Listen, they're on fire today. Welcome, Little Miss Tutu. Saturday. Oh, Lord Jesus. Saturday morning, I said what I said. You got the floor, Tutu.
Hey, Queen. Hey, Chad. Hey, everyone. I just came up here to say, because I do have something to say about, I said I wasn't going to talk about it, but I am, about this Nicki and Cardi B situation. First off, both of those bitches are tethers. They are not Black women. So let's remember that, because both of them have both said some very controversial things about us, Black women. Furthermore, I don't give a fuck about what do y'all say about Nicki. I'm going to ride with Nicki on this, because I remember when all these old hoes, Queen Latifah, Remy Ma, Lil' Kim, all those hoes got up there and had a funeral for that woman. They had a funeral for that woman's career. Who the fuck does some shit like that except some bitches like them? And I said what the fuck I said. Fuck them hoes.
Never gave a damn. I ain't never gave no fuck. No, fell out with them hoes. Queen never make it no fuck.
Oh,
Everything I
yeah.
ever lost, I'm on the mission. We turned the whole house into a booth. We in the kitchen. Let her cook.
Let her
Big
cook.
Lo come to fry.
That was two. Little Miss Tutu. Welcome. Dazzle. Saturday, I said what I said. What you standing on?
Girl, I had to come back because I thought a girl named Tulsa was trying to say something. That's the same girl, and I'm gonna say what I said, and I'm gonna leave it alone. That's the that's the same transgender woman who I love transgender women who decided to be around a clique with Jaguar Wright and allowed them, when they felt the way about her, allowed them to talk about her transgendered experience. So therefore, when she's saying that I'm male identified, she need to be sitting around here worried about why she want to be tethered to females that don't respect her identity. But anyway, that's what I said. I said what I said. But y'all have a good day.
All right. Oh, listen. That was Dazzle. Ooh-wee. Listen, I told y'all Saturday morning, I said what I said. You never know what's happening, who's sitting in a beauty shop, who been waiting all week. And let me tell you, no matter who comes up here and call your name, whether you in the barber shop, okay, you at the church house, at choir rehearsal, wherever you is, or wherever you may be, you cannot be personal. The lines are open. Saturday morning, I said what I said. Welcome to Saturday morning. I said what I said. The Queen
How
Toast.
you doing? Yes, the Queen Tulsa show. Absolutely. And I knew that drunk bitch was going to come up here. It's only 1:52 in the afternoon, bitch, and you already drunk. So you just proved my motherfucking case, because you always want to jump in this Black woman bag and this, that, and the third. Like that caller said, these bitches ain't motherfucking Black. And guess what? The government shutdown is going on. So, bitch, what are we talking about here? Listen here, Black people, we know how to motherfucking survive. Everybody got some noodles. I said what the fuck I said.
Baby, what's in there wine? I feel sexy as fuck.
I see what y'all like wearing.
Whoo, let me hold on. Welcome to Saturday morning. I said what I said. Luna, what you standing on?
Queen, I'm back because it's a lot of bird brain people in the chat talking about rapper. It's a lot of rappers that write. They got writers. Let me say this. Yeah, that's true, but we learned A B C D E F G in elementary school, and Cardi told me some A B C D E F G, all that. Everybody knows she ain't write her own raps, and we saying she ain't writing none of her raps. So they need to stop being bird brains and read between the lines. They talking about Nicki loony and all this. They loony right along with her.
Can you sign it, seal it, and deliver it?
I said what I said. Y'all stop being.
All right, she said what she said. All right, hold on. Let me go to Side Eye, the Sage 7. Welcome to Saturday morning. I said what I said. What you standing on? You have the floor.
What's up, Queen? I see I wasn't going to do it. I was going to mind my business and drink my water today. But bird brain, you got to be able to get a fucking complete out thought before you call a bitch a bird brain. And I said what the fuck I said.
All right, that was Side Eye to Sage 7. Welcome to Saturday morning. I said what I said. Dazzle, you have the floor. What you standing on?
Oh, my bad. I'm back. It's Dazzle. But just because old Tulsa bitch called me a drunk bitch, just know that Queen Tulsa got video proof of her in parks buying crack. She be on there looking dumb. In the T sector, she looks like a dummy. They laugh at her. She was showing off her ping ping, trying to make people laugh at it and stuff. Like, what the hell? She's a joke. For real, she's a real joke. She's a clout chasing joke. But anyway, I said what I said, and I ain't come back.
Oh shit. Somebody send me a super chat. Somebody send me $100 super chat. I need to go to commercial. Somebody send me $100 super chat now.
All right, Palace, the Super Chat squad is in the building. We appreciate you, baby. The Super Chats are fire. Get in your bag.
That's a lot of money.
Oh, yes, indeed. Now what now? Coming through with a 5-piece and a pepper. Now what now says, oh, this should definitely be one for the books. This should definitely be one for the books. This is the last go around on this one. Welcome to Saturday morning. I said what I said. Queen Tulsa, what you standing on?
You know what? See, this is the thing. Yes, I did smoke crack before, but I ain't nobody's little crack pipe. This ain't no Diddy shit. And once again, like she said, she's up, she's drinking. It's only 2:00 in the afternoon, and we know where her mind is. See, she always thinks about sex. See, it's individuals like her that forget that I'm a reporter. So I'm always going to be around in the sectors. I'm always going to be there reporting. I was Jaguar Rights pro bono manager at one point in time. How many people say that they can get a woman to act like she got some damn sense? When was the last time y'all seen that the bitch had some sense? It was when I was around. I said what the fuck I said. Now go drink up, bitch.
Lord have mercy. Ooh, wait. So listen. Lord have mercy. All right, I guess that's the end of that one between Queen Tulsa and Dazzle. Listen, how Jaguar Wright get into it? How Jaguar Wright make it to the palace? Lord have mercy. Let me start my truck. Oh, baby, welcome to Saturday morning. I said what I said. Trey Carter, what you standing on? Trey, you're on mute. Welcome to Saturday morning. I said what I said. What you standing on?
My bad. I'm sorry. Good morning, Queen, Palace, everybody. I just wanted to say shout out to that judge and whoever had a part in keeping Diddy in jail for 4 more years. We appreciate that. Please, Diddy and anybody associated with that Negro, keep us at the group chat for the next 4 years. We don't care. We don't want to know. Leave us alone. Just be gone for 4 years. And I said what the fuck I said.
We do not care. We do not care.
Oh, baby. Saturday morning, I said what I said, and that's just how we get down over here. Listen, that's just how we get down over here. And that's your opportunity. Because one thing I love about Saturday morning, I said what I said. Most of you that have been around on YouTube know we do this show every Saturday. You leave it on a panel. You leave it on a panel. It's done after this. You get what I'm saying? Baby, y'all went in. I got one. Let me see. I got one. Because I said I was going to leave it alone. But I was like, nah, I ain't leaving it alone. I want to talk to this person. Hold on. Let me see if I can find this person. This one right here. And at first I wasn't going to say nothing because I was like, hold on, Queen Sheba. And then I went to look at your history. Well, welcome to Saturday morning. I thought you said you weren't coming back. Dazzle, you got the floor.
No, because I'm sorry. This is my last time, but see, somebody ain't gonna allow me. Technically, I am totally at work. I'm a whole pregnant woman. I'm 5 months pregnant. I don't do what she wants to do. This lady sit there and beg for money all day on her live just to go and get freaking shots of liquor through the day. So don't play with me like that. That's for one. For two, you are a joke in the T sector. Bruh. King Payne calls you a joke. Bruh. Everybody calls you a joke. You're not funny. You're not cute. You're barely passable. Stop playing with me. I'm done. And I said what I said for real. I'm done.
Ooh-wee. They done got started early this morning. Welcome to Saturday morning. I said what I said. Anitra J, what you standing on?
What it do, Queen? It's getting hot up in here, ain't it? Good Lord. Okay, so I just wanted to come and bring a little lightness to the mood here. Yeah, I'm having a little glass of wine, so hopefully I don't look at me as a drunk. Just a little bit of red wine, whatever. It's Saturday. So everyone, you know that we are usually all over here our Melody supporters, SAB squad over here. Make sure you shop 7th Avenue Beauty and leave a good review. You know what I'm saying, for our girl Melody, and have a great day. That's about it. That's all I got.
And deliver it.
Oh, and I said what I said. Leave a good review for our girl.
All right.
On that.
That's Anitra J. And if you haven't already, make sure you support 7th Avenue Beauty, baby. I already made my purchases. I made sure I did that before I hopped on this live. I got that eye gel, honey, and I got the peaches and cream soap. And let me tell you something about them Goalie. Melody, can you please bring back them gummies from Goalie? The probiotics and also the sleep gummies. Why y'all didn't tell me about that? Welcome back to Saturday morning. I said what I said. Queen Tulsa, what you standing on?
Yeah, this is Queen Tulsa, and guess what? I make too much in donations to smoke crack. Crack is whack. Let's start there. Dazzle, congratulations on your pregnancy, but I think that's the only thing that's stopping you from drinking. Move right along. And listen here, she wants to say that I'm out here upset. No, she's upset because she had booked her flight to Miami because she thought that Diddy was about to have his speaking engagement. I said what the fuck I said. Be male identified on your own time and stop including me into your bullshit, bitch. I said what I said.
Bro, I don't want to talk about it. you just said I'm gonna talk about it. I get angry. Bro, I don't want to.
Ooh, wait. Listen, y'all were hot on fire today. Somebody send me $100 super chat so they can say I'm begging because I'm going out after this. I don't know what the hell is going on, but I appreciate it because this Saturday morning, I said what I said is lit. Do you understand me? And when I say lit, I mean lit. That's the way, I like it. Y'all, it is great. I like it. I won't complain. I shall not complain. I have a little bone to pick with somebody that keep coming over here liking to argue with me. Listen, Hold on. Let me put it back up here. So welcome to Saturday morning. I said what I said. Simone Wealthy, what are you standing on?
I don't know if I can get it out because I'm just my neck hurt because I'm going back and forth. It's like a tennis match up in here. Queen, what are you doing to these people? Okay. I got a question. Black women come to the front. I have a question. Where is the forgiveness, the grace for Chrisette Michele? I hear so many people saying we need to forgive and forget about Chris Brown. He's doing wonderful now, this, that, and the third. But no one ever mentions Chrisette Michele. You know, this man has over 4 or 5 different violent allegations and or charges, some proven, some not proven. But he gets so much grace. He got black women spending thousands of dollars to go backstage and take pictures with him and, you know, forgive him. And every time a colorist situation comes out, he goes and grabs a Kelly Rowland, a Normandy, does a little song video with him, little tutu, and all is forgiven, you know, and everyone forgets about all of the other allegations. But Chrisette Michele over there, nothing for her, no forgiveness for her. And I said what I said.
Ever diagnosed with any type of like mental illness or any type of diagnosis, any type of learning disability, anything like that?
I have a crazy problem.
Oh, Simone Wealthy said, where is the forgiveness? And speaking of forgiveness, thank you for the super chat, y'all. Let's get into it.
All right, Palace, the Super Chat squad is in the building. We appreciate you, baby. The Super Chats are fire. Get in your bag.
A lot of money.
Yes, indeed. Yes, it ain't. Yeah. Cookie, thank you for the $5 super chat. The 5-piece and a pepper. She says, Nicki ain't even writing her own raps. Cardi don't need a torch from her. She's a crackhead. Oh, y'all are really... Y'all are really on one today, and I love it. I'm following suit. I'm right behind you. Speaking of rap beef and female rappers, R&B singers, whatever it is, listen, hold on. I got a bone to pick with somebody that came over here, and that likes to argue with me. Thank you, Isaidwhatisaid 7 for the 10-piece and a pepper. She says, because you deserve it. Thank you, girl. I appreciate you. Thank you. We love a little gifty gift over here. I know I do, but oh, Jasmine Girl said, is 300,000 black women unemployed, but instead of helping those black women helped a black man who hates them. Oh, she said what she said. That's what she said. So look, this is what I'm about to say, and I'm gonna put it on the screen. I have a bone to pick with you right here. Strawberry Fears Forever. You came under my comments, and I think you didn't like my what I had to say about Chris Gotti. Speaking of female, being male identified, okay? And she was talking about Monday Night Party in the chat. She didn't like the fact that I said this man was harassing and stalking Ashanti, and it's giving gross, and that the Breakfast Club should have, you know, pumped the brake and re-steered the interview. And she comes and she said, Ashanti was full grown then. You seem like you're projecting. You may not agree with him, but he wasn't perverted. Like, what happened with you? Let me tell you what happened with me. Women like you is what happened with me. I wouldn't give a fuck if she was 45 years old. The fact of the matter is that's your employee. There's an imbalance of power, and it happens every day. As a man, you cannot recruit women to sleep with, right? That's still a young lady that came on her first real job as an artist, and those men preyed on her. So that's what happened to me. Women like you who think it's okay for men to have a go at women in the workplace. That's what happened to me. Women like you who sit back and co-sign the shit and think because a little girl, a young girl is 18, 17, whatever the legality is, that a man has full access to her vagina. That's what happened to me. Women like you that sit back and turn a blind eye and say, was she grown? Was she fast? Well, she's a full-fledged woman. He's not perverted. That's what the fuck happened to me. And I said what I said. That's it. That's all. And I'm glad you put it in writing because it's still not okay, even if she was full grown. You cannot hunt or shit where you work. There's policies against that. It doesn't matter if she was 17, 18, 19, or 20. Do you not see the problem? Utilizing your job, utilizing your position to prey on those who's just simply coming to work. The problem with that is they're still harassing her. His brother is dead and gone, buried in the grave, and he's still messing with her. Talking about I'm projecting. Keep it on the content and not about me, or else I'll make it about you. You seem like one of them women that if your kid came to you and say, Mama, your friend was looking at me, well, you grown. That's what happened to me. Women like you that don't have another woman's back when she frees up. Not every woman has the wherewithal and the confidence to get a man up off of her. It's women like you. Well, it's her fault. She was brand new in the industry, ma'am, and it don't matter if she was of age or not. It's not ethical. It's not ethical to sleep with your talent. It's not ethical to sleep with your insubordinates. That's what happened to me. Watching women like you, all loud and wrong, showing yourself. So while you try to come at me, you just actually show what you stand on, which is shit. Strawberries. Fears forever. And I don't even do that kind of stuff, but I keep telling y'all, keep it on the content and not about the content creator. If you don't like the content, say, I didn't like that. And here's my point. Seems like you're projecting. It's women like you that move men in your spaces and in your house and accuse your little niece and your daughter of wanting your man because she grown and she fast. I can't believe that lady wrote that. She's grown. So that gives him a right. And not only that, ma'am, he was married. He was married. He was cheating on his wife. What the fuck you mean he's grown? You're not a girl's girl. What happened to you? Who hurt you? Who is your therapist? Who is your therapist? Fire her. And I said what I said. To me, subscribers get to say, I'm like, go ahead, critique the content. But when you start making it about something it ain't, I hope y'all can hear me now. But yeah, when y'all start making it about something it ain't, you gonna get that work. And I said what I said, and I waited to Saturday. And I was gonna let you make it until I seen that you've been around here a few times. You're not new to this, you true to this. So I was like, well, let the games begin. She seems like a big girl. She can handle it. She came loud, proud, strong, thought she cooked, thought she ate. And as a matter of fact, let me be fair and drop the link just in case you hear. Because you seem to be keeping up, and I love having you here. But I'm just let you know you can get that work too. Ain't nobody over here scared. Not one scared. We just kind of pick and choose how we want to do it. But since you did that, you sound crazy that you think that Irv Gotti had a right to hump on her like that as a new artist in the industry, because according to you, she was of age, full grown. That is a young girl who's what? I'm going to put her between ages 18 to 20. He don't have a fucking right. That's a grown, old ass married man. No, what happened to you? Who told you you was grown? Let me get off of that. You may not agree with him. I don't. He had a whole wife at home. What's wrong with you? thinking that a grown man gets to go out there and do that. Are you not your sister's keeper? Because you ain't got to know her to be able to say, yeah, that is kind of predatory. That is wrong. You and your brother. Your brother had her first, then passed her off to you. Yeah, that does kind of seem like a little handling situation, girl. Like what happened? Like what happened to you? Because you just put the spotlight on you. And I said what I said. And I'm gonna keep it cute and leave it there, but don't ever, because you just made a fool of yourself. Number one, he's married. Number two, that's predatory behavior from both Irv Gotti and his brother, and it's still predatory behavior even in after death. He is gone. That entire interview was about her. You don't find that fucking creepy as a woman? Ooh, women like that, I could never work for them, be friends for them. They will throw your fucking ass to the wolves. And I said what I said. Oh, welcome back, Queen Tosa. What you got?
You know what? For this comment, hey Trey, how you doing, boo? For this comment, I really feel like that's why we have the Cassies of the world. You know, she started off at 16 and was passed around and things like that. But, you know, it's a shame that, you know, our sisters will look and, oh, well, he got money. You got what you got out of it. Why does it have to be about the money all the time? Do y'all forget that trauma comes along with this? You got somebody in power and people around them are not going to challenge them because they are going to get eliminated. You got some groupies, you got male groupies, you got people in the circle that is going to okay it, that's going to turn a blind eye and just look over it until we end up like Diddy is, and we need to capture more of these individuals. And what do you know about this situation? And why are you okay with your brother taking advantage of younger children? Did he pass it off to you? Is there some skeletons that we need to dissect in your closet? Now you right up in. So now you want the spotlight? Let's dig into your life. Social media, let's dig into his life. I said what I said. I'll go on mute.
All right. So that's it, y'all. I'm like, first of all, that's a married man, right? I wouldn't give a damn if she was 55. That's a married man effing around with their insubordinates at work. That in and of itself is wrong. Even if you don't think it's wrong for the artist, it's wrong for his wife to have to deal with that. Girl, you was loud and wrong. You better think twice before you ever put something publicly on social media because you made a fool out of yourself trying to check me. You just better off coming off on a Saturday saying, Queen Sheba, I don't really fuck with you like that. Listen, I respect it. But don't wait to try to give one a go. And you sound silly. Follow me like. Oh, welcome to Saturday morning. I said what I said. What you standing on?
I'm standing on 60 and still fine business. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's Saturday morning. Yep, you got it. I'm on mute.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure I was on. I just wanted to vent a little bit. I'm a single black woman. I live here with my I have adult children and I have 2 little grandchildren. And there's this nice little couple across the street. I've always admired them and rooted for them. But that wife, honey, she don't like me, baby. She don't like me. I never did nothing to the woman. Never had a bad word about her. I just hate that type of energy. She doesn't like me because I exist. I don't want your husband, the little big head boy. He seemed nice though. He be Miss Nina, thank you, whatever. If he just a neighbor. That's it, a neighbor. I don't want him. Grow up. Oh my God. And I said, what the fuck? I said, y'all have a beautiful Saturday. Bye-bye.
All right. That's Follow Me Black TV. She said what the F she said. Hold on.
The guy said that last time they went to the Ultimate Club, Carmen was sitting on his lap. When he told me that, I said, oh, hell, I paid double for that.
But at the end of the day, he never got no pictures. He was telling you a story, Mama.
Well, it could have been a scheme that Todd set up for him to come to you with the bush.
All right. Welcome, C, to Saturday morning. I said what I said. What you standing on?
Oh yeah, can you hear me? I just want to make
Yep,
sure.
you got the floor.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, like, just observing, like, the way that Black women interact with each other. Like, if you notice, like, other women, like, they have more of a, like, real sisterhood bond type relationship. just for instance, my cousin, she is a non-black woman, and I was just interested, like growing up with her, just observing her life. Like she always kept all of these friends, like all of these other girlfriends around, and they go to each other's baby showers, and they introduce like three of her friends, they're married because they introduced their spouses to one another. So I think like with when it comes to like black women, like they can really become a stronger unit if they just kind of reinforce that positive relationship behind one another. And I think they'll find much more success in marriage and happiness too in that regard. That's all.
You sign it? Do you mind signing it, sealing it, and delivering
I
it?
sign it, seal it, and deliver it.
All right. He said what he said, period, point blank. And that was beautiful. That's C. Thank you. That's C. Making a very good point. And we talk about that all the time. We talk about that all the time, y'all. Speaking of, I think this is the perfect segue to get into. Trey, were you wanting to say something? I see your thingy is off mute.
I wanted to ask him, does he not know any black women that have good relationships with other black women? Like the generalization of it just being black women
He said,
are
remember,
are
that's his
are
experience. His experience.
yeah, that's why I wanted to say I wanted to ask him because that's
Okay.
not my experience. My mother is a girl's girl, and I grew up with a
Well,
mother
I'm
who was
still here.
a woman's woman who was very friendly with, and I grew up having her friends in my life, revering them as strong black women. So yeah, my question to you, since you are still here, do you not know any black women that are good friends or have long standing friendships with other black women?
Hold on. Let me let him come back up because he was here. C.
He
Hold
said he
on.
was
Give me
still here.
everybody go on mute so he can respond. Hold on. All right. Welcome back, C.
So, this is that energy thing again. Like when people receive a certain energy and then they come back at you with like, I don't really appreciate that. But at the end of the day, my mom has very cordial relationships with other women also. My point is when we watch these reality shows on television, we're watching black women from all over the country, from all different diasporas of income and background, and we see the same behavior between them. And we can learn from reality television if we pay attention to behavior. And we will when we look at these other cultures of women, the interactions go much deeper and they're a lot more genuine. And it's a different energy that even transcend the network get to play on their backs with. And because black women do interact in such an aggressive way on the playground, that's why the networks are able to play on their back so hard. And I feel like brand their energy as something different than the rest of the world can really receive.
And he said what he said. Trey.
Oh no, I was allowing him
Does
to
that
say what he
help?
said. You
Does that
said it
help?
was I mean, yeah, it helps. I guess I still don't agree, but I'm more power to
Well,
him.
you
I don't have
asked.
any
Oh, you
negative.
asked him a
Well, yeah,
question.
I don't have any negative energy towards him.
Okay.
I categorically don't agree with what he's saying.
Okay. I agree with him. Now, I said what I said.
Can I step in and say something?
Hold on. Hold on. I agree with him because some of y'all do be doing other black women wrong, especially when it comes to the accountability part. Some of y'all don't want to be held accountable for shit you try to do behind the scenes against other black women. I was in a situation like that myself personally. Okay. Hold on. Wait a minute. We're not going to do that. She's nowhere around. And the shit hit the fan because of accountability. So I agree with him. His thing was if we can improve and start to improve our relationships with each other, we could see more of a positive outcome externally. I agree.
Well, yeah,
Now,
I can agree with that general statement, but it doesn't apply to all black women. And number one, and number two, as someone who has watched reality TV on all different types of cultures or denominations or nationalities, white women are just as, if not as destructive as black women can be. It's a human thing. It's not
but
a color
I hone
thing.
in on the psychological and the behavioral traits of the black experience.
But he also brought up the
Oh my
white
God, you
experience,
took
so
my
that's what I'm
line.
trying to say.
Our
Okay, can I say?
homeland.
Okay,
Go ahead,
so this
Tulsa.
is my experience. Welcome to the palace with Queen Sheba, whom hones in on the Black experience and the psychological traits of our community. She opens the door to break the cycles. This is not only just Sound Off Saturday, however, it's a space for us to congregate and get the experience and learn ways to show up. So this is why I come here. And so to the brother that said that there are no spaces, I welcome you to continue to keep watching, joining, and if you feel a way, we always need another voice, that's kind of feels unheard, so we can correct and pass on that great information. I am your host, Queen Tulsa, sounding off
All right,
and
thank
passing the
you.
mic to Queen Sheba.
So listen, y'all, first of all, the link is in the chat if y'all want to come up. The link is in the chat. So he makes a good point. We talk about it all the time in members only. Why y'all mad? Because a man is saying it. Why y'all mad?
It
I'm
don't matter if it
trolling.
was a man or a woman. I don't agree with the generalization of Black
Am
women.
I
Now
still
I
here?
can agree with
And
that
all
stance,
black
but
women. Go ahead, C.
Yes. Two, I think that when it comes to these accountable conversations when it comes to the Black experience, I'm glad that I'm talking to somebody who's a true student of this area. When it, the we all that when we interact with our
See, your audio faded out.
I
Your
think he
audio
went out.
faded out. Can
I
you
can't
repeat
hear
what
him.
you said? Your audio faded out.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear me? Am I any better now?
Yes.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the Black community, we all know that there are certain symbolisms that scream into that champion to the top of our community. Not just our community, but every community is that way, whether we like to admit it or not. And so it's just like whenever we have these conversations of accountability, what I'll just tell you what I feel most often and what I encounter most often is that energy that I received. Whatever that is, I don't know what Black women he comes from. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You may not know me, but you know what Black women I come from. You know the different diaspora of Black women, and you know the types of carrying ons that happen within the Black community. So then when we have uh, conversations of accountability, there is always this energy that pushes itself forward to almost like put this smoke and mirror in front of everybody else or in front of the message. That's so weird to me because it never comes with like the energy that I like to think that I come with. It always comes with this charged energy of like trying to, I don't know, disvalue the message or something. And I just don't understand that. To me, that's something that I will tell you while we're talking about Black women, the biggest issue is Black men. It's too many Black men in Black women's business, and it's not enough Black men to support Black women. And the misogynoir against Black women right now in this time and era is high. And you're not gonna like this either, Mr. He generalizes everything when I've actually generalized nothing.
His name is
But
Trey.
and it's just, and I
Uh-oh. I lost his audio again.
I can't hear him.
Hold on. I lost his audio. Give him a second. In 5, 4. C, let's do a mic check. 3, 2. That's all right. I'm gonna take you off for a second. I'll come back to you. And then I'm gonna get on with the next topic after this caller. Welcome to Saturday morning. I said what I said. Miss Gwen, what you standing on?
Only thing I take offense to, and that's anybody, is when y'all say all or y'all. I'm not included in that. I agree with everything everybody's saying, but just watch what people you put in groups that don't belong in it. I've always been a girl's girl. I've always known what women's supposed to be like with each other when I was a kid. I'm 63 years old. That's the only thing I got to say. I give everybody love and hugs. And Queen Sheba is not in that group. Because when you said that, you put her in it and everybody in her platform that follows her. Just give us our respect for the women who do not follow in that group. And that's for all races. I love you, C, and everybody else. I'm out, Queen.
All right, and she said what she said. That's Miss Gwen. And remember, y'all, it's Saturday. What y'all doing taking stuff personal? I'm finna kick all of y'all out.
Can I
It
say
is
this?
Saturday.
I'm not taking anything personal, and I don't feel like I have an energy. The only energy that I would say that I have is a protection for the Black women and the Black experience of Black women that I know. And I have not had, of course, we all know Black women who can be mean or nasty or things of that nature. But when you make statements and you don't add the word some, just like everybody wanted to come across and step on Kelly Price's neck because she didn't say some Black women are nasty. That's the energy that I'm coming from. If you can't say some, then leave it on the playing ground. Leave it on the playground.
But come on, can we keep it real? As Black people, we pretty
I'm
much
not
know
saying
what
that
each
he's
other. Hold on.
wrong.
We
I
know
don't
what
agree
each
with
other.
the generalization.
No, but we know what each other mean when we're here listening. And come on now.
So now we know what each other mean. But when Kelly Price was saying that y'all was calling that lady everything but a child of God,
No, I was
y'all
riding
was
with you
calling,
with
you
Kelly
said her
Price.
belt buckle was
Okay.
too big, her feet were big, her tennis shoes was too large. It's not
We
right.
can roll the
It's
tape.
not right.
We can roll the tape. We can roll the tape.
It's just not justice for Kelly Price. That's all I'm here to say.
Now Kelly did, her shoes was big, but but other than that, you know what? I'm
But
gonna go
no,
to my
I
next
don't.
topic.
But we're here to
I,
break the cycles. This is
I
the thing.
really.
We have to have these uncomfortable conversations for us to sound off. This is how we truly feel. We know that there are errors that we can correct in. Where do we go from here?
Well, we're gonna go to the next topic. That's where we going.
Okay.
Y'all ready?
All right.
I'm
All
ready.
And
right.
she
I don't
said
have
what
any
she said.
I
disrespect.
said
I
what
don't
I
have
said.
any
All right, here we
disrespect
go. We gonna start with
hard feelings against anyone. I just want to make sure that's known.
no, we
I'm
know
very.
that. Don't
Yeah, it's
nobody
just
have to say that
we're
on
having fun.
Saturday. Nobody
Yeah.
has to say that on Saturday because we all
Right.
know it should not be personal, correct?
Yes,
Correct.
ma'am. Yes,
All
ma'am.
right, let's go. We ready. Two say we ready. All right, we're going to the next topic. And this one is really quick. I want to focus on Ayesha Curry because y'all be mad at her. And the niggas feel like Ayesha need to stay in her place and support her loving, successful husband and just be happy. Because Black men come a dime a dozen and they're hard to find. And you should be happy. What you get now here. Remember Kevin? You remember what's his name? No, that was Savannah he attacked. People feel like because she's married to Steph Curry that she should sit down and be quiet. Let's play this clip and I'm going to sound off. So, real quick, Ayesha Curry opened up on They Call Me Daddy podcast and she revealed she never wanted kids. She said, F them kids. F
Oh.
them kids. She didn't want kids. And she said Steph really doesn't, he never, she had her own career goals and Steph really doesn't understand her. And he really doesn't understand. What do you mean you didn't want to just be a wife and cook and clean and have kids? What do you mean your own goals? He's having a hard time with that. So give me a second. Y'all, hold on. Let me pause real quick. Welcome the Longs real quick. Saturday morning, I said what you said. Are you caught up, the Longs?
Yeah, because my wife and me both up there together. But she the one who wanted to come up. Hey, Palace.
Hey to the palace. Okay, so
Hello.
can you guys hear me?
Yep, you got the floor.
Okay, so I just wanted to say my say. I wanted to sound off about Black men telling Black women what we need to do. Black men talking about our attitudes. Black men thinking they are some type of person that can give advice to us when they need to be focused on Black men. I'm sick and tired of Black men coming at Black women talking about we got nasty attitudes and that we need to be communal with non-Black women. I think it's ridiculous. I think Black men need to focus on Black men and Black man business and let us deal with our negative and bad attitudes amongst Black women. We can deal with each other amongst that, but Black men don't need to say anything about Black women's attitudes because they got messed up attitudes. So I said what I said, and I said what the fuck I said.
All
Thank you.
right. All right, that's the longs. Listen, she said what she said, and she meant what she said.
I don't care. I said what I said, and I meant what I said.
Right, y'all are on fire today, baby. Listen, do y'all okay? They're muted up. Everybody, feel free to stay or drop down as you see fit. We gonna roll this tape on Ayesha Curry. Ayesha said, "I have my own hopes and dreams, okay, and my husband seems to have a hard time with that. And not only that, the niggas seem to have a hard time with it. Let's talk about it. Hold on."
Kids, did you always knew you wanted a big family?
No. So I didn't want kids. I didn't want to get married. I thought I was going to be career girl and that's it. And I had my eyes set on my goals. And I was never the little girl that like dreamt about the wedding dress and all of that. And then it happened so early in my life. So it's like, it's one of those things like you don't know what you actually don't know what you want.
It's so hard also to be the woman in a situation where you're like, men just don't get as much scrutiny. Like they can maybe tell him like your fucking shots suck tonight, but like the looks and all of that is just like not a factor of conversation as much.
No.
Did you talk to Steph about it? Like, or did you kind of keep it within yourself so it didn't?
I do not have
kids.
Hello.
Oh crap. Okay, I was just talking. First of all, I feel like the interviewer did a horrible job of following the conversation and allowing it to evolve naturally. Because let me show you where she dropped the ball. Let me play it again.
Did you always knew you wanted a big family?
No. So I didn't want kids. I didn't want to get married. I thought I was going to be career girl and that's it. And I had my eyes set on my goals. And I was never the little girl that like dreamt about the wedding dress and all of that. And then it happened so early in my life. So it's like, it's one of those things like you don't know what you actually don't know what you want.
This is where the interviewer is not following. And I said, sometimes as a good interviewer, it's not about you taking the lead. Sometimes you have to just follow the guest. Watch this. This has absolutely nothing to do with what she just said.
So hard also to be the woman in a situation where you're like, men just don't get as much scrutiny. Like they can maybe tell him like your fucking shots suck tonight, but like the looks and all of that is just like not a factor of conversation as much.
No.
That don't make no damn sense to what she just said. But anywho, the fact of the matter is Ayesha Curry says she didn't want to get married. She didn't want kids. She just so happened to meet Steph Curry at a young age. And she really didn't have a say in her life. I ain't mad about it. Every woman don't want fucking kids. Every woman doesn't determine the nature of her ability to be a woman by her reproductive system, right? Cooking, cleaning, having sex, and having kids. She's saying her husband really doesn't understand that as a woman, there's other things she wants to do outside the kitchen and outside of patting kids on the back, giving them a bottle and calling it a life. Anybody on the panel have a reaction to it?
I don't really think too much into it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not the first time Ayesha Curry has been outspoken about her relationship with her husband. I don't really think basketball have anything to do with it. I think that's what the young lady was referring to, the interviewer about him making shots. I ain't got nothing to do with their marriage. Some people are saying it's embarrassing. I mean, it is what it is. My wife didn't want to get married either. Like, she was anti-marriage too. So I don't really feel like it's a bad thing. I don't feel like Steph insecure in his marriage. I don't think he's an insecure man. So, like, his marriage kind of reminds me of Dwayne Wade marriage, where people don't really like it in public, or like Sierra and Russell Wilson. But all those men, they're comfortable in their situation. And to me, that's all that really matters.
I like what you said. You said something. You said a lot of people really don't like it. You know why they don't like it? Or what are your thoughts about her speaking out?
I think they don't like it because I guess it make him look bad to some people. But like Steph Curry, like he been responding to stuff like the stuff that Corey Holcomb said. He responded to it on Instagram. He said he don't care. I mean, he's extremely rich. His legacy is cemented as far as his career goes. I just don't think he cares. You know what I'm saying? He want to give his wife an opportunity to speak, and she can speak freely. I think that's a good thing actually. So that's how I look at it.
All right. I think they want her to be quiet because it's in our community. You lucky to have him. He got money, so stay in your place. What you doing talking for? Suck it up. Deal with it. Anybody else on the panel want to take this on before we go
Yes.
to the next? Go ahead.
I feel like she feels like I'm not just his little wife. Like I have career goals, I have, talent and things like that. But dating a mega star like him, I feel like she feels overshadowed at times. And I don't know, is postpartum, could that affect parents at any age? Because we always say, well, in the first beginnings, maybe she's having a post traumatic, maybe she's having a midlife crisis, maybe she feels like, oh my God, I haven't accomplished, what I wanted to. And, it's not really that he held her back, he really held her up financially, but independent wise, is like he's the breadwinner, and I think that she just wants some independency. Those are just my thoughts. As a married woman, we want to have our own thing that we do. You have your thing, I have my thing, and let me do me and be happy in it. But I'm not in a relationship with a mega star. So when you talk about the conflict of, the world, oh, she's doing this because it's his money. It's not like it's coming from her. I think she's feeling misunderstood. Those are my thoughts. Those are my opinions. I said what the fuck I said.
All right. Amina, are you coming up to speak on this topic?
Hey, yes, I am. So the thing is, I never thought that I would have two kids, but now that I have two kids, especially like my last kid, because that was like, it was like, okay, I better have one now or not, but he changed my life. So now that I am a mother to him, I'm happy. So the question really is, it's not, did you think you was going to have kids? Is this what you wanted? Because I'm sure all of us falls into a different category in life. But the question is, how do you feel now that you had the kid, and are you happy in your situation, or do you regret it? That's what I would want to know.
I have a question for the
Amina.
women.
She's
I have
Can
a
I
question
follow
for
up?
the women who have kids. How comfortable would you be going on to a national platform and making the statement, I didn't want to have children?
Very. If that's her truth, right? That's the world we live in today through technology.
I mean, I like honesty. It's a real situation. But the thing is how do you feel now sometimes?
It's her
And we
story.
and we have to get out of this state of being most comfortable with the male's voice being the most dominant and most acceptable. When women come out on platforms and make statements, it seems as though they catch heat from Eve. And then but men, like we just got done mentioning that one podcaster who's known for bashing black women. You have these again this symbolism from black men. They're constantly the face, and so we don't know what type of demons, especially when you're a black woman and you're married to a black star. We don't know what they're living with. I remember just a few months ago when Kevin Gates just came out the gate, out the clear blue sky, and talked about how he would prefer to see LeBron James married to a white woman in response to his black wife. Like I mean, it's just so these fantasies, these ideologies that these people that are involved in this entertainment system, this NBA system, it is a heavy, heavy influence of white supremacy coming from the black community and coming from particularly powerful black men. So whenever I see a black woman that's engulfed in that sphere and she comes out and she makes it, I'm very in tune with the words that are coming out of her mouth. And also, I'm in tune with her spirit, the way that she's projecting herself, because I'm looking for truth and I'm looking to hear her story. I'm not looking to judge her.
That's a
But
good.
do you think that she's living for someone else? Like these were someone else's goals? Because you got to think about it. You didn't got with a superstar basketball player, girl. You better go ahead and start having babies. You better get married. You better secure your future. Let's not act like those conversations weren't had
Word.
allegedly.
Keyword, secure your future, whatever that looks like for you and your family, you and your husband, right? Let me say that. Ooh, everybody want in on this. Let me say this real quick. I want to read a couple of comments, y'all. Two says, every time Ayesha says something, people are not receptive, and she's actually really right. Then two came back and said, in 2015, Ayesha tweeted, everyone's into barely wearing clothes these days, huh? Not my style. I like to keep the good stuff covered up for the one who matters. And people still had a hissy fit about it. And can't we just admit that at the end of the day, watch this, because I'm going to flip the script. Somebody said, one of you said on the panel, what happens if Steph Curry came out and say it? It will be bad, but I'm going to give you a real life example. What happens if he does come out and say it? Y'all would say mental health is real. He needs some help. Take care of your husband. He's stressed, blah, blah, blah. We would rally around him. We would probably have more of a uniformed voice of support as opposed to ripping him apart. Because if the truth be told, we have been conditioned to protect Black men at all costs, even at the sacrifice of a
She
Black
would get
woman.
the blame, Queen. She would
Huh?
get the blame. She's just there for the money. Well, why she ain't doing what she's supposed to do? And
Right.
this, she
I
would
agree.
get the blame. Like, what? Damn if
Hold
she
on.
do, damn if she don't.
Hold on. Watch
Well,
this. Follow me. Hold on, y'all. Follow me very closely because I gotta keep it moving.
Okay,
And we
okay,
can
okay.
still come back to it. Miss Sugar said if Steph said the same thing in an interview, she would feel some kind of way. Real talk. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe they have do you know there are husband and wives and couples and partners that actually have situations where they don't take it personal? But let's hear a man say that he's not happy. Let's hear a man in real time call in and say that he's struggling. He got 4 kids, he's married, and he's not happy. And let's see if anybody gets pissed off about it. Here we go.
45, married, 5 kids, 1 kid, special needs. And so I get down in the dumps because I suck at everything I do. It seems like I suck when I help out the kids. It sucks when I coach their teams. I suck at work. I'm just worn out. I look to the future and I don't get excited about anything anymore. What really gets me, just throws me for a loop, is when like the latest test result on my child's cognitive disability and stuff like that. And I just hate those. And it just kills me when someone puts a score on a piece of paper that tells me like what he can't do. And I get that something's wrong with me. And so I started writing down my concerns. So like diet and everything, alcohol intake. And I try to track like, what am I doing or not doing that may make me vulnerable to getting down.
Yeah.
And so changing my diet, changing workouts and all that stuff. But really what it is, it's just, I'm never good enough in anything I do.
Yeah.
And my wife would say, I do a lot. I think I need to, it's my thinking or the way I look at the world. And
Hold on. This is the bravest phone call I've received in months. You can walk through today thinking that you're going to suck at everything. You didn't suck at this. And what you need right now is not a new diet or a new program or a couple of tips. My guess is you are real lonely, and you have been for a long, long time. I hear a guy who the world is lucky to have because you understand duty and you understand responsibility, and you've made it your life mission to serve those around you. And you've done all of that at the expense of you. You can chase all of the quote unquote right things to do down, and you get to that moment when you're in your early 40s and you just say, dude, I'm exhausted, I'm out, because you're unanchored. Do you even like being an engineer? Have you ever asked yourself that question?
No.
What do you want to do?
I don't think about that. I don't want my kids in 20 years calling into a radio show like yours, complaining that their parents didn't do this or their dad didn't do that.
They won't. You know what they're going to call in? They're going to call in and say, I never knew my dad. And I've spent my life trying to figure out what it was about me that he wasn't happy. The greatest gift you can give your kids is to be true to yourself. And I can hear it on you, man. You know this is the right thing, but you also have 45 years of this is the way we solve stuff. You grit your teeth and you suck it up and you go get it done.
Yes.
And I'm with you on that.
Right.
I need you to hear me when I say this. You, Rick, are worth having your home be a safe place. You, Rick, are worth a good night's sleep. I think you're exhausted, man. And I think you're absolutely, totally alone. And I want you to solve a relationship, and that's going to start with you and your wife. And that, my friend, is the greatest gift you can give your incredible 5 kids.
Pause. Everybody pause. Please don't come off mute just yet. That's the difference. I wanted to show a difference. There's 3 dynamics here. How women are perceived when they said, I'm drowning. We have kids. I'm a wife. And everybody's looking at me saying you're supposed to be happy. But I feel like my life has gotten away from me. That's the first thing. People are like, shut up, be quiet. You're jealous. Don't do your husband like that. Ayesha Curry. The second thing is when a man says it, he's saying, wait a minute. He's getting a lot of support. And not only a man, but a white man. So I wanted to show you the dynamics between women, men, white people, and black people. He didn't condemn him. He said, you're lonely. You've lost yourself. Yeah, and I'm with you. But you're going to have to, you and your wife going to have to get the way to start making this right. Because the man feels alone in his marriage. He's done everything. He's not cheating. He's going to work. He got 5 kids. He's married. He's done everything that the world say you're supposed to do to be happy. But the man wakes up feeling like he's lost himself. He said, you're lonely. And even though you're surrounded by all of this stuff that the world said will make you happy, get married, have kids, he says, you're dying. You're going to have to go to your wife and make it right before you can make it right for the kids. You're going to have to go to your wife and let her know how you're feeling. That's the second thing, right? And then the third thing is, I said Ayesha said it as a woman. And then we have the black-white dynamics. But then as a black woman, she can't even say it. You see how he got behind him with some support, mental health and well-being support, and we're crucifying Ayesha. How dare she say she never, or that the kids are a little bit too much. She's losing her identity. So what if her husband is Steph Curry? So what if he got a lot of money? So what? She's lonely. One at a time. Let's get 60 seconds. I'm going to start with Luna.
Hey, Queen. I'm just trying to understand this. Is she saying, is Ayesha saying she never wanted kids, as in like
Never.
Okay, because I'm getting it confused, because I'm thinking she meant like she didn't want kids until she found that special someone to change her thought on
Never. Let's
her.
go with what
Okay.
she said. Never. That wasn't her dream. She didn't even want to be a wife. She had her life mapped out.
So she's saying that before she met Steph. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Don't read too much into it. Go exactly what she said, and then you just fire off what you think.
Okay, well I'm saying what I think she meant was she never wanted kids until she met that special someone that changed her outlook on that. That's the way I'm perceiving what she said.
No, she said he still don't understand how she feels.
Okay. Let me hear what people got to say.
All right, I'll come back to you. Let me
Okay.
go to Side-Eye Sage to 7, and then C, you're up next.
Hey, Queen. Hey, panel. I understand exactly what Ayesha's saying, and it's really not that complex. When we're young and we plan a life, or we plan the life we see for ourselves, sometimes children, marriage, certain things are not in that equation. Ayesha wanted to be a career girl, and lo and behold, in her youth, she got married and everything changed. And yes, there is a point in motherhood. A lot of women experience it where you go through an identity crisis as a girl who also did not plan to be a mom, did not want kids, and ended up becoming a mom. Yes, there are moments where you have to make sure you reclaim your energy so you don't get lost. I think that's the point.
Excellent point. Actually, let me go to the longs. Well, let me go to C, and then the longs. You're up next.
Well, and I was just going to address the obvious double standard that's always in the room. None of these guys that run through women ever get the backlash. Isn't that the same thing in a way? Like, how is she catching all of this perpetuity of insults from her saying that if it was her choice, she would have made a different choice? That's all I heard her say. I mean, not that if it was her choice, as if someone forced her into a choice, but she just had a different idea for her own life. I don't think that she should be persecuted for that. And like I said, you have to realize that these women, they can't really express themselves the way that they want to and speak their whole truth because she just saw what happened to Savannah James.
All right, good point. Let's go to the longs.
Hey, Queen. My opinion is basically, I completely understand what Ayesha is saying. Society tells women that we need to get older, find a man, get married, and have kids. And that should be our only goal. Society also glorifies marriage for women like this is the end all be all. And if you get this man, all your dreams and everything will come true. Society also tells women you have a womb, so you're supposed to use it to procreate or duplicate this man's DNA. And women get lost in what society tells us to do. Society from history has always told women, this is your job, do this, do that. And let me be specific. Males have always told women, this is your job, do this and do that, and give me children. And women have never had the opportunity over, I think in the past maybe 30 years, where we're really like, no, I'm not having kids. I don't care about if it's selfish. I'm thinking of myself and I'm going to put me first. And that's just so taboo, especially in the Black community, but especially for women overall. So ladies, continue to drop this birth rate because it's not our responsibility to populate population, to create the population. And that's what I got to say. And I said what I said.
All right. And Miss Sugar Mama said the Bible says to be fruitful and multiply if you're married. If you're married. The Bible was speaking to husband and wife. Hold on. I'm gonna put a period there, but I know some people are going to come back with a comma. Be fruitful and multiply. And what follows that? What's the verse that follows that? Can somebody put it in the chat? Because if we're going to use the Bible, we got to consider the entire context. We're not going to pull it. I'm not saying you're wrong, Miss Sugar, but I think you came on the right day because we love a good technical argument. Let me go to Daryl real quick. Daryl, what do you have to say about the man who called into the John? Is it John Daly? I hope I'm saying it right. John Deloney show, and said that he's lonely in his marriage. He too feel like he done lost himself. What are your thoughts on that?
To be honest, Queen, because I'm watching, I've been rewatching Love in Huntsville. To me, this echoes the first season of what Martell Holt was saying in his marriage. At the end of the day, I think that in any relationship, but especially the marriage, you should never want your partner to feel how he's feeling. If you feel alone, I think there's something that needs to be done between him and his wife. If that can't be, if there's no remedy, then perhaps, he needs to move on to a more healthier situation. But me, I wouldn't call into a show, me personally, not blaming him or diminishing. I wouldn't call into a show basically crying and shit. I would just try to go work on whatever I got going on with my wife. And if that's an impossibility, then I'll move forward with grace. And I say what I say.
You hear did you receive the context of him calling? And I'm gonna come back to you, where he said he has 5 kids, he's married, he's 45 years old. He's an engineer. One of his kids is special needs, and he's just lonely. He's not happy. The man sounds like probably where Ayesha could be. The difference between that man calling in and Ayesha is he was given a space to say what he needed to say, right? Y'all say mental health matters. Y'all say y'all like Black love. So Black folks can't struggle? Let me go to the next caller. Hold on. Let me go to Trey.
Honestly, I feel as though I feel as though I understand Ayesha as well as this the gentleman that called in. I feel for both of them. I do slightly agree with Daryl as far as them putting this out in to these calling into these shows, or it's one thing. I really feel like the work needs to be done with their partners rather than Ayesha going to, since you said black and white thing, Ayesha going to a white woman show, a very popular white woman show, and telling this white woman that she's tired and that she has some type of dissension with her Black husband. It's weird. Nothing against her, but I do feel like she needs to have that conversation with him. because if we really think about her, she has had additional. It's not like she's always been at the house. Like, didn't she have a few shows, her own podcasts, and things of that nature? So we've seen her attempt to be that career woman that she wants to be. So I really feel like she needs to talk to her husband about that and see about that, because I would hate to be one of her 4 or 5 children and growing up knowing that she just never wanted to have kids. That's just kind of off-putting to me as a child. I would never want to hear my mother say that on national television, whether or not it's her truth or not. Sometimes your truth might need to stay in the house. But you know, and I also agree with Daryl as far as that man, like, get in touch with your wife. We don't need you calling into the show and putting all y'all business out in the street like that.
All right. All right. Let me go to third rail. Please come off mute now. Third rail, just hit mute. I mute everybody up, y'all, because if I don't, I can hear your backgrounds. Third rail, hit your microphone one time. In 5, 4. Third rail, 3. Come on, third rail. All right, let me go to Amina. Amina, did you speak?
Hey, no, I didn't. Listen, this is my real opinion because I'm gonna be as real as possible. I think the difference between them is he's a breadwinner. One. I think he does have mental health issues. I don't think he seems lonely. He said he can never get it right, meaning himself. I think that's something he needs to work with inside. And yes, that is embarrassing for a man to come on publicly in front of everybody and tell me that you're not happy with me. Like, why can't we have this conversation alone? Also, with Ayesha Curry, I'm gonna be honest. I sat here and I listened to her, and I felt like, girl, you're a millionaire. Why don't you go hire a nanny and go to a yoga class? Go start your own business. You got nannies, you got this and that. Like, yes, there was a million women that wanted to do all of the things that you have. I feel like she looks at her glass as half empty instead of full. What else? But then I do understand the backside that people may not see or that we may not see, where the disrespect in the woman and stuff like that. Does he even court her anymore? Because I know he gets courted all the time. She said that I think she can have a conversation and a woman will walk right up to her or take her order and talk to him in front of her. Now that is embarrassing, and I guess that can be lonely and feel away. But I'm just like, go do what you want to do. Like, I don't understand what's stopping her. I said what I said.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Third rail, we're going to go to you and then we're going to move on. Third rail, you're on mute. I'm going to take third rail off. Maybe she can't talk right now, so I'm going to go ahead and remove her from the segment. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right. So listen, I want to say something. It's a rhetorical question in response to what Amina just said. Is that not dehumanizing her? Girl, you're a millionaire. I'm not saying you're right or wrong, but listen how see, I think people speak sometimes in parables, or everybody's different. Everybody's language is different. Their love language, the way they ask for support, acknowledgement, to be seen, valued, and or heard. And when somebody has said something over and over, typically in psychology, is because you keep repeating yourself. Every time we have this argument, every time we talk, you say the same thing because they haven't solutioned it. It hasn't been resolved. They don't feel like they're being heard. But when it comes to her, we say, girl, you rich. Can't you just hire a nanny? Can't you just go to a spa? Okay, but that really doesn't solve the problem with not being seen, not being taken serious, not being understood by your mate. Could it be we're dehumanizing her because of the money factor and the dollar sign in front of her name and where she lives because of who she's married? And now all of a sudden we're not allowing her to feel because, girl, you're a rich, light-skinned woman. The hell you talking about? Go buy your happiness for an hour, 2 hours a day.
And Queen, may I sound off before we go on to the next topic?
Yeah.
Okay, so my question, this raises flags because it screams out, is there trouble in paradise? Is this a cry out for help? And then also we need to make men and women being vulnerable normal. Let's be okay with that. But this is my question. How can you enjoy the success in an insecure space? Maybe there's some insecurities there. And my thing is, does Aisha not have a voice? minus, the money, the glam, the riches. I feel like marriage counseling should have been in the works. To the man that called into the show, said that he was a lonely man. My thing is, what was the foundation? How did they meet? Have they incorporated therapy sessions? Is the marriage worth saving? Has he had a conversation with her? How does she feel? How is she not showing up? Because yes, he is the breadwinner, but with Ayesha, I have questions. What were the intentions before y'all got married? I said what I said.
That's a good point. Let me go to third rail before I third
Hey.
rail. Welcome.
Hey, Queen Sheba, and hello to the palace. I remember, watching Steph Curry, play, basketball with his dad when he was like 10 years old. So Ayesha and Steph Curry actually met like when they were somewhere between 12 and 13 years old, okay? That's how long they met each other like a church or in school or something. And they've been together like LeBron and Savannah for like, they were childhood sweethearts, okay? So, and I also remember Steph Curry, excuse the noise, but I've also remember Steph Curry being in a space in the NBA playing amongst all his peers that are darker skinned. Steph Curry was called every bad name except the child of God. And I remember Stephen A. Smith saying they don't like him because he's light skinned. They didn't like him because they called him a simp. They called him a sucker. They thought, they said he grew up with a silver spoon in his mouth only because his father played in the NBA. And most of the guys that are playing in the NBA, they come from maybe harder times and, rougher roads. So the thing about Steph Curry is having respect for his wife. That's what it is. It's about simply just having respect. When you listen and look at all these black, a lot of the darker men or men that may not be as financially well off as him, they don't like the fact that Ayesha has a voice. And that's what Steph Curry never tries to do, is silence her or take her voice away from her. At the end of the day, Ayesha put out like cookbooks. She had her own like television show, in terms of like cooking and different things that Ayesha goes on, speaking engagement. And the thing about it is what I love about Steph Curry and his family and her family as well. And Steph Curry comes from a very strong mother, Sonia. At the end of the day, no one takes their voices away. Sonia would not be silenced by her husband at that time, Dale Curry. So when you listen to Ayesha, Steph Curry is far from an insecure individual, okay? And when you talk about a woman that gave birth to 4 children, not one, she has 4, okay? She has 4. So if she didn't want any children, if she didn't, she said that wasn't her goal initially. So to sit and even have a doubt that after 4 babies and she's pushing them out like left and right, she seemed to be having a baby practically once every 30 days. So if she wasn't interested in being a mom, she wouldn't be sitting here just giving away her body, all the time having babies. They would have been stopped at, Riley at 1. She has more than, I think, like 4 children. So clearly, I know she loves her children. But what I love about Steph Curry, he's not interested in silencing his wife. But then when you look at a lot of African Americans, we grew up in the church, or whether it's being a Baptist or Jehovah, everything with us has been, hide everything. Don't say this. It's almost like we grew up like in a damn cult. And we still have this cult-like mentality as opposed to letting her be who she is. We still want to harness. You got a lot of these black men that want to go out there and they want to date white, green, purple, and everything, but yet they want to simply act like they still control what a black woman says, what she does, and how she moves with her body. You don't even have the power. So the problem is when she speaks out, Steph Curry is going to be called a coward, a punk, a simp, and everything. But you couldn't do that with Gabrielle Union. That's what Dwayne Wade married Gabrielle. You can't silence Gabrielle. They don't like that. They want to control these women. I'll tell the young lady who said something before about, these guys having babies. Okay, but I have 3 of my girlfriends, 3 of my friends here in New York. They went ahead and had their babies. So when you want to talk about being fruitful, they went ahead and had their babies, through the artificial insemination. Do you know what black semen costs? Black semen costs at a sperm bank. It only costs about $1,000 to $1,200. A woman's egg by itself is $15,000 to $20,000. So when you want to talk about the greatest Ponzi scheme in the motherfucking world, I said what I said.
All right. That's black rail. I mean, to my black rail. That's third rail. I'm putting her on mute. Daryl, you wanted to get in real quick. Daryl, you got the mic.
Hey, Queen. So I'm going to try to be as fast as possible on this because I think that, like I said, nothing wrong with what Ayesha Curry said. I think that she deserved every opportunity to speak at any time about how she feel about her marriage, especially. But me following Steph Curry's career since he was in dating, he wasn't projected to be a great player that he is now. He was drafted 13. Now he wasn't even top 10 pick. He was skinny and nobody liked him really. You know what I'm saying? I think something that's consistent in his career is people didn't believe in him. I think that's part of the thing that she hasn't really said is that she might have been one of the people that didn't believe in him. And then after the whole, LeBron era and then beating LeBron back to back to back, he ended up becoming the superstar that he is today. And that's where I started to hear Ayesha Curry say stuff like she wasn't getting enough attention and stuff like that. So I think that because Steph Curry, again, following his career, he's so laser focused on being the greatest NBA shooter of all time. You know what I mean? And for the most part, he has accomplished that. I think that he's not 100% focused on marriage, intimacy, stuff like that. And he's more focused, as he said in his last interview, because the NBA season starting soon, he said he want to win a championship this year. And I think that's what Steph Curry is focused on more than anything else in his life. I think his wife, she works off for it. And I said what I said.
All right. All right. That's an excellent point coming from a man that's saying, listen, it sounds good. And all of that is true what she's saying. All of that is true what y'all are saying. But I followed him from start to finish. And as a man, if I can tell y'all something, there's a huge possibility and a high probability he may not be as focused on the intimacy and the hubby part as he is on the championship part. That's it. That's all. We can come back to it. I need to go to this next topic real quick. Speaking of Black women and the support that they need, because listen, I want to put something out here. Is Nicki okay? I mean, this conversation will continue to segue into what we're talking about. So let me play this. And did y'all notice? Now we knew Nicki, y'all are call it crashing out. She do be crashing out. And we talked about some of the possibilities of why, not making any excuses, but just giving you a little bit of background, right? Nicki's mom. Well, I'll get into it in a minute. Let me just play. Let me play the video. Here we go. I got to start it over. I can't remember who sent this to me. Oh, How I See It. Thank you for sending this to me.
Hey. With all the Cardi B and Nicki Minaj discourse, one thing makes me every time she has a crash out that no one ever brings up? Yes, her husband's a registered sex offender, and not only did she marry him, but she had a baby with him. But do y'all realize she was fucking with that grown-ass man when she was like 14, 15? Do y'all know that? I'm not being a hater or like throwing theories around together. Like watch this clip.
You fit in the picture of my love life. Like, where did you come about? Because they're like, oh, whoa, this timeline is starting to overlap. So, yes, I'm the person that I was rapping out that I met when I was 14, 15. The person that you guys asked me about, this was a dope question, is the person who basically got cheated on with, and he was the person that it was. And then you saw him and fought him.
Beat the shit out of him.
We're not going to be mean, babe.
Facts is facts.
Can I tell the story about the phone call, babe? Because that's the iconic thing. Okay. So I was at my house, and back then we had regular phones, not cell phones, right? But I think we probably did have, I don't know, we had beepers. But so I never usually answer my phone. I don't even be home. The one fucking time boyfriend is over there, the phone rings. Ring, ring, ring. I pick up the fucking phone. It's Kenneth. And now I'm sitting there with boyfriend sitting right in front of me and you on the phone, and I know boyfriend could hear his voice through the phone. So I'm like, hello? He's like, yo, nigga. I'm like, I literally just didn't know what to say. So now boyfriend is sitting there like, who that? Who that? And I'm like, no, nobody. And he starts saying, who that? Who that? I'm like, and then boyfriend takes the phone. And this was the iconic conversation of my life. This is what they said for 5 minutes straight on the phone, y'all. What up? 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 And 2 days later, this crazy man went and saw boyfriend and attacked him.
I beat the shit out.
What? I said, be nice. Shh. We're not saying beat the shit out of people. Oh, you know what? That was my first love, babe, and you need to stop. So that was a couple years into the relationship. That's why I was clarifying it, and I forgot. I think so. I guess I was like 17, 18 because I do think that I was on my last year at school, and when you saw me at the bus stop sweating me. But then our lives just took completely different turns. I was like,
the whole point is Kenneth Petty is a. Let me pause because Nicki has been out there since she was 14 or 15, messing with grown men. Messing with grown men. Let me not say messing with, being taken advantage of by grown men. I'm gonna let whoever want to take that. Whoever want to take that.
I can't even fault her because I was out there working the streets of Atlanta, North Avenue at 14 and 15, making gotta get my money because mama them, was trying to prohibit me from, being myself. Oh, yield the floor. I said what I said.
Nicki.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
So as of lately, I've been extremely disappointed in Nicki. I haven't saw that clip, so that makes me even more disappointed in her. Very disappointed to see that clip. Now, when she was a child, I agree with the person that was speaking before. You can't really hold her accountable. She was taken advantage of. However, as she became an adult, like it says in the Bible, she got to make adult choices. And to mess with a man that's convicted of what he's convicted of, knowing that when you was a child, he was messing with you. On the same tip, I just think that she either really don't care or she just love this man so much that she's willing to look past the things that he has done. I just don't know what to think about it, but to me, it's absolutely disgusting. And I'm gonna end it here. To talk about Cardi B's husband being a cheater when your husband has done horrific things to children, to minors, and been convicted by the peer of his jurors, I have nothing to say to her. I'm done with Nicki. I think she's very depressed, and I think he is the reason why. That's all I'm gonna say. I said what I said.
There has been a huge change in her demeanor and a shift in her. Let me just say, in her balance.
I do feel like it's
since she's coupled up with him. Hold on, Trey. Give me 1 second. I can't blame her at that age. Because somebody said, why would she do it? First of all, when you take a child's inability to choose to be able to say, mama let it happen from her daddy when she was a little girl. So when you start to tell a child, give him a hug, give her a hug, and make kids do what they don't want to do, you teach them that they have no authority and no right over their body, period, point blank, which is why I don't believe in be nice. Give them a hug. Go kiss your grandma. No, they don't want to. Well, he's not in a good mood today. She's not in a good mood today. Her mom took away her right. So I think when you say what's wrong with Nicki, I don't know if you said either she really loves him or what? Real quick, Daryl, you say either she really loves him or.
Well, what I was saying, Queen, I think that she loved him more than she loved her career. If you don't mind me to elaborate just a second more, I was telling my wife, because we've been having this heated conversation. She's Team Nicki, I'm Team Cardi. But outside of that, right?
I'm not Team
My
Cardi.
problem is, like I try to explain to my wife, I'm a big hip hop fan too. Nicki is, outside of Lil' Kim and Lauryn Hill, the goddess of like hip hop. And the fact that these young girls, she don't have a song with Lotto. She don't have a song with Flo Milli. She don't have a song with Glorilla. Like these young girls that probably looked up to her as an icon while they was young, she has come in the game and dissed all of them. And I think, like I told my wife, a lot of them don't want to work with her. And a lot of people have shunned her, even Drake. Drake had all that stuff going on with Kendrick Lamar last year. She was nowhere to be found, right? No Young Money collaborations at all. Birdman, Lil Wayne, nothing. And I think all of that, Queen, in my opinion, happened after she got with Kenneth Petty. I did not see this when she was with Safari. I did not see this when she was with Meek Mill. The industry still accepted her. When she got with him, everything changed. And I said what I said.
Trey, you're up next.
Yes, I was just saying that unfortunately, it's just like you were stating, it came from her mother. So this is like, excuse me, I'm sorry. This is learned behavior with Nicki between, what went on with her husband as well as with her brother. This is just something that's been etched into her brain. And it's very sad to see. But yeah, that's all I had to say. I'm kind of detached from a lot of the Nicki Cardi stuff. It's just very it's disheartening.
I think let me ask y'all this real quick. Sage, you're up next. Does it change your mind regarding everything that's going on between Nicki and Cardi now that you have a little bit more information? And Nicki's mom did not do a great job of protecting her as a child, probably did not put her through therapy, allowed her to be touched by her father, who every time he came home, overindulging on substances, alcohol, or whatever. And it sounds like maybe Nicki's brother was also a victim who also grew up to become a predator. Nicki started dating grown men at an early age, raging out, wilding out, because there's also a post that floated around with Nicki at 11 at a birthday party saying how she attacked the birthday girl. The birthday girl came out and said, "Bitch, are you proud of that? Because you ruined the whole party." I'm going to pull that up for y'all. Okay, now Nicki is now married to a pedophile. What are your thoughts? Side-eye Sage to 7.
Queen, it honestly explains a lot. I didn't know that about her. I'm not a fan of hers. I want to say that at the outset, but I will say that it does explain a lot of her behavior, because I feel like maybe she got stuck in a loop where the trauma happened, and it doesn't seem like she's progressed past that. And some of her choices kind of reflect what she's been through. I honestly feel bad for her. I hope that she's able to get some help and like kind of have that breakthrough of where the breakdown started. But yeah, that him being a grown man and then going through abuse with her own father. I hate to say this, but in a way, the fact that she's gotten to this point and not self-destructed is actually impressive, because most people, if they don't get help, they do.
All right, let me go to Amita.
Hey Queen, how you doing? Well, yeah, what you said, Cardi B did say something earlier this week, and I'm definitely inclined to believe all of what you said, which is what came out of Cardi's mouth. I believe that. I believe that she is indulging. Now, in the beginning with her brother, I was like, yo, why she's defending this guy? But now after hearing that whole story, I do believe there was some heavy situations going on in that family. And maybe she saw the little kid and her brother at that time. And but she's definitely like, it's like almost normal to her, these kind of men around her. Like it's normal. So I don't even want to know nobody she hangs around, because she's very comfortable in that situation. I actually just feel bad for her. I don't want to condone her. I don't want to call her names. She's hurting, and I do think she's indulging in certain stuff. And I don't know if, I know Cardi B was saying that her man allegedly probably was letting her overindulge so that he could get more money out of her. And then some people are saying maybe she's mad that he's not around. I don't know, but she definitely is going through it. And I feel really awful for all of them, because even Cardi's going through stuff too. She's sitting here pregnant and everybody pulling up another baby every few seconds. Like, I do not sit here and wish these lives on anybody. It looks very painful and hurtful. Like, these women are definitely going through it, and this is not funny. It's sad.
All right. And I'm going to read what Cardi said. I think this is what you're talking about when Cardi said, "Dear coach." Oh, no, that's Nicki. Hold on. Cardi said, "Dear Papa Perk," and called Nicki's son Papa Perk because it's being alleged that Nicki pops perks. "I'm sorry that your mommy hadn't cut your birthday cake for the past 3 days because she can't take my success or happiness. One day you're going to grow up, and I hope you understand when a girl says no, it means no. And you can overcome the pedophilia blood you inherited from your grandfather, your father, and your uncle. Please don't hate me when you grow up, because your mommy would rather give me more attention than she gives you. Hopefully, when somebody that really cares about you hopefully when somebody that really cares about her puts her in rehab and gets her the help she needs, she come out and read you a book." Ooh. Miss Gwen, what are your thoughts?
I will say this. Age is only about how many years you've been on this earth. It has nothing to do with your mental maturity. People need to understand that. Nicki is still that girl when she met him. She went back. And like the caller before said, she's stuck. Just look around, y'all. You got grown folks who y'all think is grown because of the age. Remember that when you're talking about people. Age ain't got nothing to do with your mental mind and your emotional growth. She's stuck. Both of them. I'm out. I said what I said.
All right, Miss Gwen, thank you. Let's go to Mandy real quick. Mandy, what are your thoughts?
Hello, Palace. I just want to say, why am I getting a little Dr. Heavenly tease from Nicki Minaj? Like, I don't know why. Somebody kind of reminded me of it. Like, yeah, I feel sorry for it. I'm like, hold up. Dr. Heavenly, Funky Dineva, y'all know people from Florida go straight to hell. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, why am I getting a little Dr. Heavenly tease from Nicki Minaj? Like, and then on the other hand, I feel like somebody said when they was talking about Ayesha Curry. It's like, she got money. She can go do this. It's like Nicki Minaj got how many millions? So that's how you know it's deeper than skin. You know what I'm saying? It's deeper than that, because all the money in the world and you still is on the internet arguing with somebody, you know what I'm saying, who ain't even on the same level as you, but yet you stooping down. And not to say they stooping down, but you making yourself get distracted from what she got going on. The same way you did Megan Thee Stallion, which I'm glad she's staying quiet. But I'm just like that I don't know if everybody's seen that clip from Lil' Kim when she was on the Breakfast Club so many years ago, maybe 13 years ago. And it's like, I can just imagine how vindicated Lil' Kim feel, because the way that Nicki Minaj did her when she came out and stole all your flow, then put everybody against you. And it just go to show, like, how long you got to hold your cards for everybody to see how you was right the whole time. So I said what I said.
She said what she said. Thanks for coming up, Mandy. Thank you for coming up. I'm going to go to the next caller. Let's go to, give me 1 second, Erica. Let me get you prepped and ready to go. Let's see. Well, welcome, Erica. What are your thoughts? We're on Nicki and just her background. Cardi B, what are your thoughts, Erica? You have the floor.
Hey, everybody. Hey, Queen. Hey, everybody.
Hey, you look gorgeous.
Thank you. I just wanted to say real quick, because I was listening to the caller that was with his wife and he was speaking on Nicki. And I want everybody to look at just the reality of it, even outside of what's happening and why it's happening. I'm going to say this first. Nicki is the Sagittarius sun woman. And when you look at our famous women who we know that are Sagittarius, they don't get along well with women. Hence, Nene Leakes, which is one of the best housewives we've had, but she don't play well with others. And it's a fire sign energy. So when you take them there, it's like what my mama say, you go too far and they stay too long, meaning they will go to the end of it. And Cardi B is not a victim. She's a Libra sun. She playing in her face. She knows that she brought this woman up on the CD, on the album. Nicki heard it, and she waited a week to even respond to her. But at that point, after the numbers, were put out, then Nicki responded. Okay. So I was just wanting everybody to kind of pay attention to the things. Now, Cardi, to me, I like both women, but she gotta be responsible. If you went on Breakfast Club and said you was on there talking your shit and popping your shit, and you got a great body of work, then own it when you coming at Nicki, because she not crazy. I mean, she crazy in the ways that people are speaking and things that she's dealt with in her past growing up, the husband that she's dealt with. But Cardi B ain't got no prize either, because Stephon Diggs is, and let me say this too, Cardi B has an energy with Sagittarius energy. Offset is a Sagittarius, so is Stephon Diggs, and so is Nicki Minaj. So it's karmic energy that's playing out in our face at this time. But I just want to say that, not just saying that for Nicki to, whatever, but I just want y'all to kind of watch and see what's happening and what's going on,
All right. Speaking of Cardi, y'all brought her up. I'm going to play Charleston White's response to it. Give me 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Thing I know about Nicki Minaj, she didn't fuck nobody to get to the top. Birdman didn't fuck her. Drake didn't fuck. Nigga, she did not fuck her way to the top. Unlike Cardi. That's how you know black women and young black girls is fucked up, because they side with Cardi B over the Queen Nicki. This Nicki out there on my Cardi B is a fire bitch. She a fire bitch. Cardi B ain't black. She's a Latin, Spanish, black, twisted. Nicki Minaj is a sister. Ain't no way we go pick the Latin bitch over the sister. I salute the whole Cardi B, because she's a stomp down rotten hoe to the core. Bitch come from selling pussy, drugging men, loving hip-hop reality TV to a world biggest star. That's what you call a hoe who know how to lay on her back in order to get on her feet. One thing I know about Nicki Minaj, she didn't fuck. This bitch came before the world and bragged to the world, I don't cook, I know how to fuck. Bitch, all hoes know how to fuck. So what make you a special hoe? Because you know how to fuck and can't cook. That puts you in the category of a no good bitch hoe. Because it take more to keep a man's attention than just laying on your back, letting them fuck all the hoes. All hoes do that, bitch. So you done come from being a hoe, now you done went from being a hoe to a housewife. One of the biggest lies they tell young boys in America is you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. You a goddamn lie. She turned into a good housewife. Bitch just couldn't cook.
Ooh, it's Saturday. I said what I said. Who want this?
Oh, well, I was out there working as a hoe, and now I'm a housewife, and I definitely can cook. Where's the lie? I said what the fuck I said. Go ahead, Trey.
All right, so I'm gonna comment on Cardi B first. I did have a response for the Nicki situation, but I'll say that for later. First of all, the first lie, Cardi B effed her way to the top. Incorrect. Unless you want to bring up DJ Self, who had nothing to do with her career and her coming up at all, Bodak Yellow is the only woman hip hop song in the last 10 years that has reached 1 billion views on YouTube. That's first of all. And just so we can have a proper timeline, that was before she met Offset, that was before she had children, right? And so we can be accurate here, that was her first album, right? Oh, and so we can also continue to remain accurate. She's also the only woman in hip hop history to go platinum on the first 2 albums. So my whole point is this: she never slipped her way to the top. At the end of the day, people are attracted to her personality, and she actually made really good music, in my opinion. But going back to Nicki, I'm gonna say this very, very, very quickly because I have the list here. Nicki has a problem with successful women. I think the young lady said that something about Nicki didn't get along with the girls. That's not true. Nicki, I have a list of all the songs Nicki did with all different women: Jessie J, Ariana Grande, Britney Spears, Madonna, Katy Perry, Avril Lavigne, Mariah Carey, Ciara, Beyonce, Coi Leray, Ice Spice, Sexy Red. Oh, and Doja Cat and Bia. So she got along perfectly until people start surpassing her, in my opinion. and then they start, in my opinion, boycotting her or ostracizing her because of who her husband is, which is kind of messed up. But they had to, people do whatever they want to do. That's just what it is. And again, when people in your own camp don't want to work with you, Drake, Lil Wayne, right, Tyga, none of these guys are saying, okay, Nicki, let's go out and shake the industry up and let's make a Drake and Nicki album. Let's make a Young Money Part 2 album, because they don't want to be associated with it. Drake already has enough of those allegations on him just dealing with the Kendrick Lamar situation from last year. So I think that this is about jealousy. I think that, like Meg Thee Stallion said, and the song that she released about Nicki called BOA, her time is up. And because her time is up, she don't know how to deal with that. She don't know how to fall back and be the OG. And I said what I said.
All right, I can take 2 more people.
Queen, can I get in here about Charleston White? Because I got to fire his fish-eyed ass up. That man is an ignorant son of a bitch. And the minute that man was running around saying, yeah, we used to grape the girls back in the day, that ain't mean shit what we did to them hoes, he lost all validity. Why is he famous? Who is he and where did he come from? I want him to put his eye back in the glass case, get his facts right, and shut the fuck up until he can't. And I said what I said.
All right, who else want this?
I have to agree. Fuck Charleston White, and unfortunately, Nicki is the common denominator in all of her issues pertaining to the rap life. So that's all I have to say.
And I'm gonna collect that glass eye and put it in this case. Go ahead. I said what the fuck I said.
I was gonna say the industry is over sexualized. So I don't know what he's talking about. Oh, Cardi did this, but Nicki rap about her body all the time, licking out her tongue. Like everybody in this industry only rap about how big their behind is and stuff like that. So I don't want to hear it. I said what I said.
Oh, who else want a piece of this cake? Bad. Listen,
I'm full, Queen Sheba.
I was like, Charleston White, where he come from? But I was like, you know what? It's Saturday. I said what I said. We finna take a look at it. And then Nicki came back and responded to Cardi. Y'all, this. Listen. Nicki came out and responded to Cardi by pinning a letter to Cardi's daughter, Culture, which reads, Dear Culture, truth is, I did all of this for a bigger purpose, and one day you'll understand. You're a cute child, and lots of kids have little cute, funny-looking gums before they grow into all of their features. One day you'll see this, so I have to say, I apologize. As a child of God and queen of my community, who look to me for integrity. You're an innocent child and don't deserve any of this. One day your mother, aunt, and many more will be brought to their knees for what they've said and tried to do to my young prophet / beautiful boy. Take care, darling. This isn't who I am. Anybody want to fire off on Nicki's letter about Culture?
Well, I mean, it takes a queen to recognize, that she slipped up. And let's go ahead and make a correction, sweetheart. This was not about you, because one day you will see it. I know you can read. You're in the high class schools out there. And so before you have anger in your heart, let me go ahead and redirect that anger and correct my wrongdoings. I said what I said. Good job, queen.
I'm gonna say this too about with the kids, because I know a lot of people got something to say about that. And yeah, in hindsight 2020, if you play devil's advocate, yes, it is wrong when you bring up kids, but let's keep it a buck. And everybody that's in the chat, everybody here, listen, if we in a fight and we going back and forth, fuck all y'all. Fuck your dead mama, your dead ancestors, everybody can get it. The kids, whoever. So at the end of the day, as they were beefing, that was the outcome, unfortunately. You get what I'm saying? So I mean, I understand that, kids, but ain't nobody safe when we in a fight. Nobody. Really? Not really, for real,
Oh, she said what she said. She said, listen, here's the thing. Hopefully everybody remembers they have kids before you enter into a beef. Because one thing you cannot control is somebody else's response. You know you had kids when you hopped on the internet and decided to go toe to toe. You knew you had kids when you decided to curse somebody out. The truth of the matter is kids are supposed to be off limits, but sometimes you got somebody on the other side of that screen that's going to drag you, your ancestor, your mama, your daddy, find your daddy's grave, go take a picture on it, all that kind of stuff. Ask Daryl Long.
Queen, can
Ask
we
me
just tell the
what?
truth?
Child.
Hold on, wait a minute, because Daryl Long got into an internet beef and went and found somebody's daddy's grave and took a picture on it. So listen.
Oh yeah, that is true. Unfortunately.
Oh hell.
Y'all better
Do
leave folks
tell.
alone.
Um,
uh-uh.
I want to hear the
Okay.
mess. Let's get into
It's
it.
Saturday. I said what I said.
Queen, can we just admit that was not an apology to that child? I
On both
mean,
sides. Who's
go,
talking? Okay,
this is
say it.
side
Say
eye.
it. Okay.
This is side eye stage 7. If you're gonna be a dirty bitch, just be a dirty bitch. Don't fake apologize to that baby.
What
That
about
wasn't no
Cardi?
damn apology.
Cardi did
Huh?
the same. Let me pull up Cardi's letter.
Did
I
she
think
apologize?
let me read it. Hold on. Let me read it.
Because if she apologized, I'll stand corrected. But we gotta
Hold
cut
on.
the shit.
Hold on. Let me find it. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second.
Y'all like, share, and subscribe. Tell somebody that we're live.
Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Here it is. I got it. Right here. Cardi B. This is her apology to Nicki's son. Can y'all see it?
I see
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay. All right. And it's titled Nicki Minaj and Cardi B both issue apologies to each other's kids. This is Cardi's letter. That was Nicki's letter. Dear Coach, your truth is I did this for a bigger purpose. One day you'll understand you're a cute kid and lots of kids have cute little funny looking gums. Okay. Cardi said, Dear Papa Perk. Nicki calls her little son Papa. Cardi accuses Nicki of being high on Percocets all day. So Cardi started off with, Dear Papa Perk, I'm sorry that your mommy haven't cut you a birthday cake for the past 3 days because she can't take my success or happiness. One day you going to grow up, and I hope you understand when a girl says no, it means no. Meaning I hope you don't grape anybody, okay? And you can overcome the pedophilia blood and you inherited from your grandpa, your daddy, and your uncle. Please don't hate me when you grow up because your mommy would rather give me more attention than she gives you. What are your thoughts? That's Cardi's apology.
Hey, when you start a fight, you bring kids into it. Shit, ain't no rules. But yeah, let's don't fake apologize on either part.
Oh, hold on, no, because you just went in on Nicki, and then when it came to Cardi, you said, "Well, there are no rules."
That's not an apology either, Queen. Not at all. That's not an apology either. Cardi was getting at Nicki. That was not an apology to that kid. Just like Nicki was trying to get at Cardi. You still telling the girl she funny looking and all that kind of shit. That ain't no apology.
She said her gums, and I don't even know what's wrong with it. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that baby gum.
Nothing wrong with that baby, Queen. She's just a bitch.
Okay. I think Daryl was trying to get in too.
Oh no, that was my wife. She was trying to get in.
I have to say, just truth be told, this whole idea of that children are off limits is fairly recent. Throughout history, children, if one person dishonored their family, the whole line had to go. It'd be wiped out. So like this whole idea that we don't target kids, this is fairly new. That's all I'm saying. The Lords of Westeros, their whole lines was wiped out. The phrase?
I don't believe in that.
But I'm just saying, it's fairly new though. Like, yeah.
Oh, yeah, man, I don't believe in families.
No,
Like, I prefer to be left alone.
When they used to high side, they're gonna talk about your mama, your sister, your cousin,
yeah,
your brother in a wheelchair. They going in. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, like that situation, Queen, I had preferred not to get that far in that situation. But as you know, I was pushed beyond my limits. And I'm a very patient person, and I prefer to be left alone. But, if somebody decides to declare war, and like you guys are saying, like the young lady said before me, and my wife is saying now, it is what it is. That's the way I look at it. It is what it is, man.
Yes.
Listen, I got the Manosphere boys pulling up. Y'all know, if you don't know, Queen Shiba used to go hard in the Manosphere. I was one bad mama jamma. Big Bad Bull is in the building. Welcome, Big Bad Bull. These are some of the Manosphere guys, mods, or whatever, that will hold it down in the MF and chat, baby, while we through them hands virtually. That's it. That's all.
I heard about you. I was waiting on you at the door.
Been her. Clock it.
I heard about you. I was waiting on you at the door.
Queen should be here on mute, boo.
Look, Daryl, did I not give it a few rounds and goes?
Yeah. I got all those clips too. I don't react to them out of respect, but I got all those clips. The crew season ones and the other ones.
And Queen Sheba, I got my favorite Queen Sheba line when she told him, "I don't have to listen. You ain't my daddy, just Queen."
I got that clip too.
That's my favorite Queen Sheba clip.
And never
listen, if they
forget.
tell you Queen Sheba used to be over there in the beef section arguing, and I was over there arguing, but they asked them, what, especially if a woman says it, say, but she was arguing on the behalf of women, and you hoes was too scared to stand up for women. So all of y'all was pick Mishas. That I was, even the ones that try to, she was in a beef sector, so I was brave enough to come out and fight for y'all.
And I'm there now.
Anywho.
Guess what? And thank you
They
for passing
called
the torch,
you
Queen. Thank you for passing the
What'd you say,
torch,
Daryl?
Queen.
Oh,
Sorry.
you're welcome, Tulsa.
I said
But
they used
y'all,
to
that
be
beef
so
sector.
upset with you that they called you King Sheba.
Oh my God. Listen, and wanted to fight me. Y'all, I knew how to do beef without saying one curse word. One curse word. And I had men saying they were going to fly out to where I was and beat me up. I sure could. Mouth is lethal. But hey, listen, that's why we got Saturday. I said what I said. But welcome, Big Bad Bull. We're happy to have you over here in the palace. And he says, well, he said hi. Daryl Long. Y'all, let me play this real quick because I want to talk about Terrence Crawford's mom. Since we look, Desira say facts. Hold on. Can we talk about his
Delicious.
mama real quick?
Yes, absolutely. Put that on the menu.
Okay, here we go, y'all. Real quick. This is gonna be my last one, I promise. Hold on. Big Bad Bull said, all facts. We have big bad respect. We have big respect for Queen Sheba. Look, man, those were the good times, y'all. We used to go on late at night and stay up to 2 or 3 in the morning arguing. But I'm not ashamed of that. I don't care. Like, I had a great time. I am T authentically says, teach me Queen Sheba because I've been cursing up a storm. I used to read a lot, the Bible, anything you put in front of me. So I just know how to use words. Listen, had men threatening to fly in and I didn't use one curse word. Well, yes, I did with Anton Daniels. I used to argue with Anton Daniels. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second.
Make sure we like, share, and subscribe. Please tell someone that we're live. I'm tripping up
And
all over my words today.
Yes, while we find it, I'm gonna let y'all listen to the rest of the Nicki talking about how she was dealing with Kenneth Petty ever since she was 14 or 15. That'll take up a little bit of time while I find it. It'll probably take me about 60 seconds to find Terrence Crawford's mama. Do we still have a rule that black mamas are off limits? Or is that
Everybody can get it today because this is Sound Off Saturday. We get a pass today.
okay? So I can talk about his mom.
Listen here, like Mama Joyce. Let's get into it.
All right, let me play Nicki. And then we're gonna get into this mama that thought she was doing a good job with her son. Hold on.
Like we got into it too. And then But anyway, he did some stuff that he shouldn't have did. Gangs, come here. Gangs, why? Let me tell you what happened. TT, I know. Gangs, listen. Why me and TT was arguing the other day? No, Zoo and T was trying to argue. Me and TT talking about if you ask anybody on the block, they would have known that that's my piece. Like that. I was his piece. Was not in a relationship with homeboy down the block.
Like,
Am I the only one who saw this clip or remembers this clip? Because for years, I mean, this Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, this is like her 8th crash out in less than 10 years. And every time some big polarizing crash out happens, I think about this clip. And I always wonder why no one else has ever mentioned it in all these years and all these riffs and all these beefs. Because if you just do the birthday math, Nicki Minaj, her birth month and her birth year, same with Kenneth Petty, they're about 4 years and 8 months apart. So if Nicki was 14, 15 in this story, so Kenneth's 18, 19, maybe tickling the age of 20. Oh, I'm sorry, you cleaned it up and said, oh, actually, I must have been like 17 or something like that because I was finishing school. Yeah, okay.
The fact of the matter is, what she's trying to say is, hold on.
That still makes Kenneth like 21.
Nicki knew. Nicki, you knew that girl was telling the truth when she said your husband did something to her, right? Outside of the rap beef, all that. You read that girl for filth online when she came out to tell her story without us knowing at that point that Kenneth was actually messing with you when you was younger. I don't blame either. I never blame a child for what a grown-ass man is doing. I always take it back to the parents. And then I'm going to work my way up to the offender. You see what I'm saying? But anywho, let's get on Terrence Crawford's mama. Because that's why I say I start with the parents. I mean, Queen Sheba, why are you always talking about? Because y'all be creating these crazy problems in your kids and then send them out to the world for us to problem solve. Here we go.
Are you never going to amount to anything? Did you really believe it?
Some things that I said to him, I wanted him to be a man. Don't be afraid of nobody.
That's a hard lesson to learn. You're 12, 13.
Yeah, but he had to learn it.
It filled me with rage. And every time I stepped foot in the ring or anything that I ever did, I just wanted to win so bad so I can prove a point to her.
How'd you think he did?
He did good because he was around here beating up everybody in the neighborhood. I paid the kids, I said, if y'all can whoop Bud, I give y'all $10 a piece. Could none whoop him.
You went out on the street.
Yeah.
What's now Bud Crawford Street.
Yeah.
And offered $10 to anyone who can kick my son's butt.
Yep.
And a lot of takers.
Yeah, kids in the neighborhood. Couldn't nobody whoop him.
What did he tell you then?
He told you, Mom, I told you I'm the best.
He once told me I was fighting for her approval, for her to tell me she was proud or happy, but she never would, so I stayed angry. Explain that to me.
When she always telling you you're going to lose or you're not good enough or you're going to get your ass kicked or things like that, it's like, okay. When I win this tournament, she's going to say congratulations or good job or I'm proud of you. But it never happened.
What he remembers is all those years wanting for you to say,
I love you.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. You didn't do it.
Nope. I grew up not liking the word. Why? I don't know. Never liked the hugs growing up as a kid.
You know why, but let's continue.
I never liked nobody to kiss me growing up as a kid. And it just grew with me as I got older.
Trying to prove something to your mom?
No, I think I already did all that. I proved stuff to myself now.
You'd be Terrence Crawford, the champion we know, if it weren't for that dynamic with you and your mom.
I think she just put the little extra fire, on top of the fire that I already had.
You made him champion.
Look at her black ass. Front row seat.
He made himself champion.
Are you never going to amount to anything? Did you really believe it?
Some things that I said to him,
Y'all, this is torture. This is beyond abuse. I don't care how you slice it and dice it, how she want to prep her story up and tee it up. You pay kids in a fucking neighborhood to go terrorize your son, and your son learned how to fight so that he wouldn't get his ass whooped. That is not a discipline and a specific focus for sports. He became good at fighting. He became good at raging out. As a result, he had to get into boxing so he wouldn't hurt anybody. And the fact of the matter that your black ass can sit there in that interview and say, although I did realize as a grown-ass woman what he really needed was love, I refused to give it to him. You ain't shit. And I said what I said, and a lot of y'all are guilty of this and that. And you keep handing off these toxic ass behaviors because your mama did it to you and your daddy did it to you and your mama did it to you, and you don't want to hear nothing else except how you do it. You wanted somebody to beat your son's ass, and it didn't happen. And that's why you couldn't tell him good job, because you was hoping that one day he would get his ass towed up for whatever reason. And I understand you being traumatized, and you know why you don't like to be hugged or whatever, but I get it. In the black house, what goes on in this house stays in this house. So she'll never probably say, I got touched, I got this, I got that. And as a result, I couldn't give my son love. But on the flip side of that, you got to be able to make love to have a child. So at some point, something happened because he's here. This is horrible. And this happens a lot of times in parenting relationships, and don't nobody talk on it or speak on it because that's your mama. Who wants some of this?
It's Amina seen it. Right off the bat, I was just like, I feel bad for her son because he's probably still struggling internally. And now we see why, like, some people act out and stuff like that. I would hate to be this guy's wife, unfortunately, unless he had a lot of therapy, but she created a monster inside too. And she still need help because I don't know how she's sitting here proud of it. That was disgusting. And she don't even realize it.
I want to say this, and you're absolutely right. Miss Sugar said, ain't nobody perfect, Queen. That doesn't mean she doesn't love him. She don't love him. You don't treat somebody like that you love. Ain't no excuses. When somebody hires kids in a neighborhood to beat the fuck out of you, that's not love. Nobody's going to tell me that's love. She doesn't love him, didn't love him. She enjoys reaping the fruits of his benefit today, right? The fact that he had to learn how to throw hands in order to protect himself off of a hit that his mama put on his head. And when the first little boy couldn't whoop him, she went to the biggest and the baddest and the strongest. That's not love, sweetheart. She was traumatized. I don't give a damn if she was traumatized. The moment she had a kid, it was her responsibility to put that trauma aside. Just because you traumatized doesn't mean that you can go hire kids in the neighborhood to traumatize your own kids. I don't care. He might be the product of an assault. He may be, but the fact is, even if he was, she still, when he became of age, hired young niggas in the hood to continue to traumatize him. It ain't no way around that. It ain't no excuse. And then, let's just say, even then, she still refused to tell the boy she loved him. Ma'am, that is not love, Miss Sugar. I appreciate you being here, but that's not love. And we finna get away from that shit as a black community. Ain't nothing lovely about your mother tracking you down and stalking you, hoping that somebody will beat your ass in the hood. Ain't nothing lovely about your mother refusing to give you what you need. It's almost like SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome. The only reason he didn't die is because he wasn't a baby. You do it to a baby will die in the crib. Feed a baby, change a baby, don't hold it, don't love it. It's called sudden infant death syndrome. The only reason why he made it past that point because he wasn't an infant, but it's the same behavior she was inflicting. And I said what I said, and that's not to you, Miss Sugar, but we're not making excuses for crooked, twisted, dark-ass behavior in the black community. Who wants some of this?
I want a piece of this bitch. Let me just tell you this. I mean, the way that she was setting him up to get his ass beat, and this time in his career, if anything was to happen to him, I will point my finger to this bitch because you instilled it into him. And they say that your folks is the worst folks. I feel like this was like a pretty much a slave project because how many times did they beat our ancestors' ass to make them be great and to listen and get out there and pick that cotton? That's some old slave mentality coat shit, and that bitch needs some help. She needs to be in fucking therapy. He needs to disassociate from this woman until she get the help that she needs. And you know, it's going to take years and years and years for you to put your child through trauma and for them to, I mean, what if they beat him to a pulp? What if he died? How were you going to show up? What was going to be your eulogy? What was going to be your testimony? I said what the fuck I said. Get away from her.
I have to agree. Hold on. Hold on. I have to agree. Miss Sugar Mama, thank you. I like when y'all come like that in the chat because it opens up the dialogue for just a different perspective. But thank you so much. I want to go to Stephon Diggs' baby mama. She says she can't give him love because maybe she didn't know love. That's true, but it ain't no excuse. Let me tell you something. The way you treat your kids will impact them for life. Nikki's mama couldn't give her love because she ain't no love. But Nicki is suffering. She's dry. She's dying in her mind because of what her mama, who didn't have love, allowed to be done to her. It's no different, y'all. It just comes in a different package. Not Stephon. What's his name? Terrence Crawford's mom went out and hired young niggas in the hood to beat him. Nikki's mama turned a blind eye when her daddy was touching her. It ain't no excuse. I don't care if your mama didn't have love. I don't care. It ain't no excuse. It ain't no excuse. And if we can start adapting it ain't no excuse mentality if we can start adapting it ain't no excuse mentality when we start looking grown-ups in the face regarding how they treat kids, we would get better and heal quicker and sooner. Who wants some of this?
To me, watching Terrence Crawford, even when he came out, for the fight, because I don't know if y'all watched the fight, but she don't even deserve a child that has that type of go and energy. And who am I to say you don't deserve? But if you look at him, he is such a humble man. Like, I don't know, like I said, if y'all watched the fight, but of course, Canelo came out with all the bells and whistles, all the ancestral things and the mariachi band and all the things that represent their country. That man came out by himself, nobody introduction, no rappers, no nothing, and politely did a 1-2 step, a prayer right in front of that rink if y'all was watching it, and walked right in there and got straight down to business. And I have just a different type of respect for him, and I had a respect for him even before because I watched him fight in a previous fight, and Eminem brought him out, which spoke volumes because Eminem don't even show up for nothing, period. But I just wanted to say that because he just comes to me to be a really, really good human being through all of that bullshit that we just heard. And I feel bad for that. But he's a good man, and he had all his children, y'all. Did y'all watch that? I don't know if y'all saw the fight, but every single last one of them, big, small, babies, they was all leaving up out of there with him.
But he just recently got pulled over by the police. I didn't want to show that. But
I
listen,
did. I was gonna say that, but I didn't want to
yeah.
say it.
We both be like, listen, with my people, my moderators and Somali Queen, they keep me on top of stuff and abreast. But yeah, here's the thing. Let me just tell you something about this. I hone in on the psychological and the behavioral traits of the Black experience. Kirk Alicia's King says it turned out good in his favor, but Roger Jackson is facing charges because of his relationship with Dynamic the Rampage. Tube been telling me to cover it. We're going to come back to that, Corlicious. We're going to come back to that because Tube been saying that. Tube says Corlicious Kings, his father admitted that he doesn't know how to help him after Roger's mother's deceasing. But here's the thing. How his mom treated him helped him in the ring. The fight only lasts about 90 minutes. Y'all, don't get the athlete confused with the man that still needs love, that grew up without nurturing. That is a machine, not a man. Who wants to jump in? I'm not gonna call y'all one by one. That takes too long.
Oh, I was gonna just say this, Queen, before I go back on mute. I think that we should really look at the love of God in this situation because he still loves his mom. The young lady before me was saying how humble he is. That's a fact. Very humble man. After all that abuse, that's what it was. It was abuse. He still loves his moms, right? And I think that's a blessing in itself. that he didn't end up beating a woman up or taking his aggression out on somebody else, right? He has a family. And he seems to be a humble, a very, very, very humble servant of God. And I think that after going through everything that you talked about and being able to come out with that type of attitude, I think that's a blessing.
Okay, I'm gonna push back. I think that's a start. I think that's a good start. And I think as a Black people, we can't look at the tangible items. And you're right, but I don't know if it's a blessing or if it's a good start. Because when we say a blessing, we put a period or an exclamation point after it, and then we're done. Okay, our work here is done. He loves his mama. Amen. He got a good job. Amen. He don't beat his girlfriend. Amen. Look at God. But we don't know the internal conflict that he goes through every day. We don't know the suppression. We don't know the things that he don't say. We don't know what he's holding back because it is not allowed for us to speak out loud, right? We don't know the sufferings of the man on the inside. So I'm going to say it's a start. It looks good. It sounds good, but I know people really suffer when their mothers neglect them, when their fathers neglect them. Hell, we can see it in the data and the statistics of Black men and the homicide rates, the Black on Black crime. When we see young boys, men who think you his best friend and then you off them because you jealous. So we don't know until we know, but I'm going to say it's a good start and it looks good on the outside. Feel free to push back.
What goes on in this house stays in this house, and don't you go outside of that. I said what I said. Go ahead.
But I agree with you on that. I just hope that other people don't look at the situation and think, well, maybe I can have my son become a world boxing champion too if I just, abuse him. I hope that's not the message, because I don't even understand why the interview would put that out, but it's wild business that she would do something like that to her son, because where I come from is if somebody come up to me trying to fight every day, eventually it's going to get more violent. And like I said earlier, I just prefer to be left alone and try to avoid those kind of situations. So the fact that he have no record, et cetera, I do believe, like you said, it is a good start, a great start.
Doesn't that sound so much healthier, y'all, than a blessing? And I'm not saying that we should shun blessings, but I think if we learn the difference as a community and as a people and as a chat, the difference between a good start, the blessing is the finish line.
Listen, oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I am so baffled right now though, but can we really look at the madness of it? Who the heck in their world goes out and say, I want somebody to beat my son's behind and I'm paying and find me someone to beat him? Are you serious? Because I'm thinking about this kid's face now. Like, do you understand? When I was young and we used to get in trouble, you know how you gotta go to the bathroom and stuff. You don't really want to fight, but then you gotta fight for your life. Like, imagine this little kid. His mother is setting him up every freaking day, and she's supposed to be protecting him. And she like, nah, go out there. We gonna find somebody to beat you. Like, that is like the scarceness in him. I'm like, that's sick. I'm sorry. I'm just like replaying it and like really watching it. Do you know how sick that sounds?
I would
I'm
have
going to
pulled
tell
her
you how
damn
sick
wig
it
off.
sounds. I'm sorry. This is a trauma blessing. And let me just say this. Even when, I'm going to throw Diddy in here, when all this was going on, you had trauma going on. They having to have sex when they aren't even, their bodies weren't even ready to, and they were forced into things, right? But then when is it enough? These men were being paid to do this. So now you got your $30 million lawsuit, right? And now he has his $1 million career. There was trauma in that. Did they deserve to take that route? I said what I said.
But his mama exemplified the same behavior you just mentioned. Enough was not enough. She kept hiring and kept hiring and kept hiring and kept. It wasn't enough for him to win 1 fight, 2 fights, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15 in the hood, right? Because it takes a long time to become a professional boxer. Until he left her house, she was hiring young niggas to beat him up. And then that wasn't enough. And when he got in the ring, she refused to say, I'm proud of you. The lady hated her son. That is not love. The lady doesn't like anything about her lineage. I'm not making her a bad person, but I'm telling y'all, if we can stop making excuses for her and calling a thing and say, that's fine, you're his mom, but you are effed up. You fucked up. You got a lot of fucking issues. And as his grandmother, as his dad, or as his aunt, I'm coming in. And either I'm going to help you, you going to let me help you, or I'm going to call on people on you, and he coming to my house anyway. Okay? He going to come to my house. I want to go to something that Thames said. Thames said, Thames, I got to call you out in the most beautiful way. I love when y'all push back, and I love when y'all give a different perspective. Thames said, Queen Sheba is telling us that many of us are not ready to become parents. That's not what I'm saying. I think many of you don't understand what it means to be healthy parents. I think many people don't understand that when they are here, they are here. I understand, ma'am, not you things, Terrence Crawford's mom, that you didn't like to be touched, hugged, and all of that. But that ain't got nothing to do with him. Give that motherfucking little boy a hug. Give that child a hug. Kiss him, touch him, make him a peanut butter sandwich. It has nothing to do with you. The moment you decided that he was coming through and you were going to push him out, you got to hit reset. You can't continue to inflict whatever it is you want or don't want on them. They have their own experiences. So I don't know if I'm saying, well, I'm not saying, I do know. I'm not telling them that they're not ready to become parents. I'm saying if you're going to be one, you better be a healthy one. That's it. That's all. And for those of you that are on the panel, you got to come off mute. I'm not calling on y'all individually. On Saturday, I said what I said.
Queen Sheba, you hone
Hey,
in on the
Queen.
wife. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Psychological and the behavioral traits of the Black experience.
Queen, this is Sada. I just want to jump in real quick. I 100% agree with you. I know people are making excuses for this lady's behavior, saying she was possibly traumatized, but this is just evil. And in our community, we got to stop trying to cover up abuse with blessings and, oh, look how you turned out. And, oh, you did good in life. And, oh, look what you've accomplished. We can still say that people have been traumatized and abused. We can call shit out. We can call out bad parenting. All of that can exist. Those things are not, mutually exclusive. I just wanted to say that.
And let me push back because CC, I completely disagree with you. You said everyone, I agree with this part. You say everybody grows up with some type of trauma. I'm not going to say everybody grows up with trauma. People may grow up with issues and/or challenges. Trauma is a whole different topic. I don't believe everybody grows up in a household where the trauma was inflicted. So I'm gonna have to disagree with that. But I do believe there are challenges and differences and stuff like that. Maybe some conflict. You said, I don't care how good of a parent you think you are. The main reason some don't have kids because deep down they know this. That's not true. There's a difference between nobody's a perfect parent. But I can tell you one thing. There are parents out here that ain't abusing their fucking kids and let them get abused. So we talking about two separate things. You trying to marry two separate recipes to get a cake. We're talking about parents that abuse their kids sexually, physically. How are you? I mean, I think you're not hearing the conversation. A person that's abusing their kid, first of all, to me, don't even qualify as a parent. That's hiring somebody in the hood to beat your son to a pulp. But he learned how to fight so that I'm sure he lost a few. What are you talking about? We talking about people. We talking about Nicki Minaj's mama who knew her daddy was sexually abusing her. We're talking about Terrence Crawford's mom who went out and put a hit on his head for somebody to beat the fuck out of him. That has nothing to do with people not having kids because they know this. We're talking about the ones that choose to have kids and come with demonic energy and are abusing or allowing their children to be abused. You got to stay on topic.
I agree. And I
she said, okay, I got it. She said, oh, I'm not just talking about this lady.
No, I just say y'all feel like the mental abuse is heavier than the actual physical? Or are they even? Because it's really tough,
Yeah, like I feel bad for little kids. Do y'all know? I want to say this real quick. When people say he needs love, did you know the foster care rate? Little black boys, nobody wants little black boys. No, listen. That's why I don't give white people a hard
Nope.
Listen.
And then when you go in there, your foster parents, well, I know my foster parents, when I went in as a young age, they do it just for the check. They'll spend your outing money where you're supposed to go shopping. They'll spend it on their kids. I mean, it is nothing nice in the foster care system. And that was in Atlanta, Georgia. I said what I said.
Um, I just want to make it known, like when people say, well, get them some help. Well, the way the systems are built, not even like families that have room, even black families are not picking little black boys. People are scared of them when they're abused. Unfortunately, they're scared to bring them in their house. Ask your state, what is it called? If you can go online and find these little black boys are less likely to be adopted and accepted into homes. I kid you not. Let's go to Shello. Shello, welcome.
Hi, welcome. Good afternoon. I think with the mom, I think growing up, she probably got beat up on in certain ways. She didn't get treated well. She didn't love herself. That's why she said all these things about not being kissed and all that. And she probably thought she was teaching her son survival, when in fact, she wasn't. She was teaching him something that inadvertently blessed him. But when he surpassed her expectations and actually became successful, I think she entered a stage of jealousy, envy, and something that she never was.
Oh.
So that's just what I think that is.
Keep going, Shello. Just think out loud. Don't rush your thoughts. I think you may be onto something. Miss Gwen, you're up next. Go ahead, Shello. Just keep thinking. You're onto
Yeah,
something.
I know when you have to think, you have to be honest about people, and you can tell by her attitude and how she presents herself. She has an attitude. She has a chip on her shoulder that she's never been able to get rid of. And she let her son, she wanted her son to get beat up on like she did. I'm not going to say she wanted to. She thought she was teaching him survival because she never won anything. So with him winning every time, and he actually was able to take that and make it into something that actually was successful for him. And now he's getting the love that she probably never ever got. He has the success that she never was able to get. And now she's sitting back feeling some type of way about her own son. That's just how I feel about it.
That's some good stuff. Y'all cooking. I'm just listening. I think Miss Gwen and then Sage. After Miss Gwen, Sage, you put a comment. Can you elaborate on that, Sage, when you're after Miss Gwen?
Let Sage go
Okay,
first.
Sage said, and then Miss Gwen next. Hold on, let me tell everybody what you said. Sage said, this is real good. Ramel says him and his mom get along now. I don't doubt that, but there's still, let me tell you something. There's still internal conflict. Cause listen, have you ever driven around on your rim after you got a flat? There's still dents in the rim. You're gonna have to replace it. The boy grew up without love. So he may I love my mama. We get along. I'm gonna buy her this. She got a house, but the rim is bent. The foundational structure is not solid. That's all I'm telling black people to do. Stop. We got to stop looking at the outside. There's a lot of work to be done. These kind of people, you got to watch them closely with tender hands to make, because he's also, he doesn't know how to ask for what he needs or wants because he wasn't allowed that. So whomever his wife is, you really gonna have to cover him. You gonna have to be nonverbal and really watch and assess him, be tender with him. It's a lot. But anywho, Ramel B, I
May
appreciate
I
you.
add something really quick?
Sure.
I feel like he's still working for her approval. And in that, he's trying to be the person that she never had. And he's exercising his patience with her. I think she's dealing with resentment. Of course, my son is successful, and he probably provides a great life for her. So, of course, they're going to have a great relationship. But the undertone of it is not a great relationship.
No, but he said in the interview that he was doing it for himself. I heard that.
He
I
said,
had
what,
to
Miss
cool.
Gwen? Can you speak up?
Oh, in the interview, he said that he now is doing it for himself.
Oh,
So
that's
at
good.
some point, yeah, at some point, he stopped trying to prove things for her. Now he's proving things to himself. I heard that when he said it.
Oh, Ramel says, okay, Miss Gwen, that's a good point. Ramel says that her nephew is security for Terrence Crawford. That's awesome. But thank you, Ramel, for sharing. So you never know who we got over here. Um,
But see, Queen Sheba, what I want to say was this story right here is a perfect example of some people are born with the ability to have mental maturity. This mom ain't.
I
And
think
then
it's
I also
beyond
look at
that.
it like, look,
Go
she
ahead.
ain't, she ain't, she ain't got it. She ain't gonna never have it. And somebody look at it, say, you know, as old as she is, she'll know better. No, she don't, because her mental maturity ain't never gonna get to the level of where everybody else's mental maturity is at. But I will
I
also
receive
was,
that.
yeah, I will also say this: I had to hold myself from going off on this woman because I had to look and see some people are children of God and some people are Satan children. And people don't want to talk about that. That's the way I look at it. This woman, regardless, still choose to walk this path of hate, everything. The way the world is now, there is no excuse for nobody not to reach out and get help and learn something about themselves. She will
Thank
always
you, Miss
walk
Gwen.
in Satan's path. I'm gone.
Side-eye to Sage, she said it's almost like she said she couldn't break him. Can you elaborate?
Yeah, it seems like there's something sadistic there that she was doing the hiring in hopes that somebody would beat him. I don't know if she was aiming to teach him something or to humble him or to just break his spirit because sometimes that is something that's generational, like a curse. But she really took it far. But she and that's why I feel like she can't say I'm proud of you because she's still looking for him to be broken in some way. She's still looking for him to be even further humbled, even though her abuse has already done a number on him more than likely mentally and emotionally. That's what I wanted to add.
Thank you. I'm not gonna miss an opportunity. Somebody asked for my Cash App. Let me put it in the chat. Thank you for
That's me.
asking.
I just wanted. I'm sorry.
Who asked for that?
Me, Erica. I'm
Thank
muting.
you, Erica. Cause
I'm muting.
baby, I like some good food now. I
I'm
love
gonna
to
put a
go
little
eat.
something on, just a little. And if it help you get a
That's
little
all right.
champagne, little
Look,
glass of that.
look, it adds up, like my mama say. It adds up. But go ahead. Who else? Y'all ignore me. Go ahead. I'm gonna put the Cash App in the thing.
You know what? This photo with her, like this still photo, it's like you ain't dead yet, motherfucker.
Damn. Cut on,
Yes,
close.
That still
yes,
photo.
that's it.
Laugh.
You know, and that's just my thoughts. Those are my opinions. And yeah, this woman, you know, really hates her son. And I think that's why a lot of these the black brothers, they go off to other races because they shit, if we didn't get this confession, we would have never known, you know? What are y'all thoughts? Sound off.
I'm gonna go with you. And I want to go, Stephon Diggs, baby mama. I appreciate you advocating for her as a queen. And you said once again, people need to know her background before judging her. That's true if you don't abuse kids. We'll pause. But once you step into the realm of abuse, I don't give a fuck about your background. Y'all give the same courtesies to animals that you should be giving to people that are just having challenges. And I think we struggle because of the matriarchy of it. Oh, she's a mama. We got to understand her. No, you don't. When you cross the threshold of abuse, I don't care. You get no more understanding.
I have something to say, Queen. I'm kind of torn, not on abuse. I feel like this woman was never meant to be a mother. She shouldn't have been a mother. Like, period. I think this is one instance, and I would hate to say that I don't want him to be in existence, but I think not existing would have been better than existing. And like you said, that there's a lot there your entire life, and then you still have to see your abuser. I can't even fathom how deep that is, that I'm still seeing my abuser. You know, I think that she was trying to create a monster and she failed. And that's why she's pissed. So this woman is soulless. This woman is heartless. And she tried to create a monster. She was unable to.
Good point. Good point. Side Eye to the Sage says some of y'all that are saying give her grace were the same ones that attacked Ayesha Curry for just speaking her mind. That's crazy. That's crazy when you look at it. Give her grace for abusing her son, but Ayesha, shut your damn mouth.
I don't get it, Queen. It's real wild. Aisha just was trying to let the people know that it wasn't in the plan, and you know the plan has changed. And this lady was hiring street goons to try to take the boy out. But you know, let's find a way to make this, you know, not her fault. It's just crazy.
Yeah. Shorten, I'm going to have to push back. Shorten says that lady probably had a lot of trauma in her life. She cannot give what she does not have to offer. I get that until you try to abuse somebody. I get you not liking oatmeal. I get you not liking to be kissed, hug, or touch. I get all of that. You don't want crab legs. You don't like mushy stuff. Loud sounds bother you. That's an example of I can't expect from you to give what you never had or whatever. But when you cross over and you decide, well, not only did I not have that, you know what? I want somebody to beat you up. I want to watch somebody sexually assault you. I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna put some money on it. And then you know what? If you win, I'm gonna keep you terrorized in this bubble that you never know when a young nigga gonna come knock on the door. I don't give a fuck about these adults, y'all. I don't.
Let's
Do
go a
you
little bit deeper, Queen.
hold
Let's
on?
go a
Do
little
you not
deep. Okay.
understand the trauma that a kid will live in every day waiting, can't even sleep, come home from school because they don't know who his mama hired to whoop his ass? Y'all, fuck her. And I said what I said.
I'ma just say this. You carried me for fucking 9 months. You was supposed to love me, care for me, be the role model. And you were the first woman that I was supposed to learn love from. My dad was supposed to teach me what a man is supposed to be. Bitch, you failed me. You beat had me. You might as well the beating had come from her because she got some type of satisfaction. This was her she got some type of gratitude from it just to know, okay, get his ass. And then like I said, this still photo is like, nigga, you ain't dead yet. It's like you were working for the white man to get my black ass out here. Were you aiming for me to get locked up? Were you aiming for me to be another statistic and lose my life to the streets? I said what the fuck I said.
Anybody else? And the reason why, like, I feel like kids are just like, let me tell you why I'm so passionate about kids. I have a lot of people that work with kids and people I've known in my life. I have a very solid circle of law enforcement, FBI, social workers, counselors that deal with crimes on kids. And you'll be shocked to and I'm gonna say something. My friend said she been dealing with kids, working with kids. She worked for CPS and then now she's in a school system. She's been doing it for almost 40 some years. She said, y'all have no idea what an adult can do to a kid. Some of the heinous crimes we see. Turn a kid's little bottom out like a little flower because of so much abuse. And y'all be giving these people. She said these black families that bring these people around the barbecues. These kids be traumatized. What is it? Traumatized their whole life because you say family is family. Family over. And although I don't work in that, I don't know that. But to hear them do that and have to see that all day, every now and then I'll teeter on the subject and then come back and she's like, some of these women ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? They know what be going on in their house. They be knowing it. And girl, and ABCD. So I'm around people that do this for a living. You cannot give these people another chance. Like they'll talk about how what's that little boy name? It was a big story, y'all. He was a Hispanic guy, and they kept calling CPS. It's a Netflix documentary, that little boy. And they kept calling CPS. Oh, it's a big old story. It's on Netflix. And then finally, the mama them pulled him from the school. It was really big on Netflix, and then they ended up unaliving the kid. I don't care about adults like that. People are so compassionate for adults, not realizing the impact that they do on the kids. Fuck the adults. Focus on the kids. They don't have a voice. They can't say nothing. You're not gonna learn nothing.
Was it Cisco?
Who?
Cisco?
That little boy, Gabriel. It was the little boy. His mama them had him. She had a boyfriend. The school was calling. They weren't feeding him. They had him like in a
Name
little.
is Gabriel Fernandez.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. And that little boy was being abused, but it was just crazy. But it's crazy how people will give you more of a heartfelt story for the adults than they do for the kids. Well, maybe she had some. Hello, there's a child here. I don't care about them adults. Gabriel Fernandez. Don't nobody care about them grown ass people. You brought them kids to fight that boy. That's traumatic in and of itself. So every day he gets up, think about how you send your kids off to school. Really nice, really loving, Christmas pajamas. Imagine your kid, they can go play in your yard or y'all go for a walk or however y'all do, push a stroller. Imagine your kid scared to go outside because mama at any moment is going to give other kids permission to beat mom. But I can't get with it, y'all. I can't even give them a little bit of empathy. Not for abusing kids, I can't.
But as parents, we're supposed to protect our children. We're not supposed to put them in harm's way. We're supposed to teach them, say no to drugs, say, like give them the life, not saying that our parents were bad parents, but give them a life that we didn't have. Show up in ways that we felt like we weren't shown up in. And I feel like once we do that and we get to, that's why, as you always refer to mental health, we have to get the help that we deserve, because there's no way that I'm going to sit up here and tell my trauma to my child or put my child through any trauma that I've experienced. The goal as a parent is to shield them from all that and give them a healthy lifestyle and give them a healthy living. But you have to be thinking rationally. You have to be getting the help in order to do that, right? I yield the floor.
No, thank you, Tosa. Sunflower, you said it. You gave me the right words. You said his nervous system. Thank you. Y'all, we supposed to be peace for the kids. Now, look, I believe in putting their butt in time out and all that good stuff. But when they act up and all that, whatever you want to do, however you want to do it, right? But we talking about abuse when you cross the line from going to a parent to a predator. That's all we talking about. We not talking about parents should be perfect. We talking about these parents that are not good people. Casey said, that's my experience as an educator. I've seen and witnessed some horror stories pertaining to children. It is heartbreaking. And everybody get on these saying, give them some grace. I'm not giving no adult no grace. It's like cold blue in a hospital, baby. We taking care of these kids in the community. They're lost. Like, we don't need no more kids growing up to be predatory adults. And if somebody would have took her side as a child, she wouldn't have done what she did to her son. That's all I'm saying. Final thoughts, panel. What you got?
I'll let my wife go first before we get out of here.
I'm just gonna say I love Say Yo Say on Saturdays. It brightens up my day, and I look forward to it every Saturday. So, thank you for letting me voice my opinion, and I appreciate everyone else's opinion.
And we always love you, Queen. So that's all I'm gonna say. I love the palace. I rock with y'all. Y'all have a good Saturday.
Thank you. And that helps me to know what y'all like as far as the kind of segments that we do. From I Said What I Said on Saturday. So yeah. Let's go to Erica. Final thoughts.
I appreciate it, Queen. And I just, chime in with them. It's really good. I thank you for even having these conversations, because at the end of the day, honestly, they really are hard conversations to have. So just the fact that you even put it for us to even have a voice for it, I just thank you for that,
And it's crazy because these are not planned discussions, Erica. Mm-hmm. We be talking about everything, but I'm a content creator that let it flow. Unless it goes somewhere where it's not going to be conducive to positive input of productivity, then I'll stop it. I don't have a problem controlling my show. But if it goes to a place where it needs to go naturally, I'm not going to get in them. I'm not going to stop it. And it's crazy because I always feel like if you allow your thought leadership, those of you that come on to take the conversation where it goes, and if you really trust your audience and if they know you, you ain't got nothing to worry about. So thank you for saying that.
I'm grateful for that.
Let me go to Tosa.
Okay. Listen here, Queen Sheba. Thank you so much. Thank you for the palace for receiving, and the panelists. Y'all all were great. I enjoyed the show from top to end. I want to say welcome to the palace with Queen Sheba, whom homes in on the Black experience and the psychological traits. This is an open door. This to break cycles. This is a sound off Saturday. And however, it's a space for us to congregate and get the experience and learn ways to show up. I really feel like I got everything that I deserved out of this because it was definitely divine. And I look forward to our next Sound Off Saturday. How you doing? I said what I said.
How you doing? Let's
How
go
you
with
doing?
how you doing? Let's go with Amina.
Hey Queen, I found you when you were covering the Diddy trials, and your channel is amazing. I gotta say, this is my first time sitting on a panel with you. It's good just to be able to, I guess, talk about real stuff, real conversation, and it's positive. Everybody's not going at each other, crazy. Everybody got different opinions, but we all adults about it, and your channel is amazing. So thank you, and I definitely will be a faithful watcher.
Oh my God, thank you, Amina. Did you find me via this page or was I on somebody else? There's only one other page I went to, which was Armand.
Yeah, no, I watched him, but no, you just like popped up one time randomly, and then I just liked your take, and I was like, oh, okay, you're fair. You're giving it as it is. You're reading the body language. You're giving us what we want. You and Armand did very well. You're the only two I watched because it was just I want to know what's going on.
Me too. Me too.
Thank you. I'm glad you decided to stay. I'm glad we was serving up something that kept you here for a long time. You know what I mean?
Thank
And not a
you.
short time. So thank you. Side Eye Sage 7. Girl, I'd have messed your name up. Side Eye.
Queen, you know I love you. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. I just want to say this was a really good conversation today. And I really like how you crafted the discussion where we went from talking about Nicki and her abuse and then kind of segueing into Terrence Crawford. I see you. I see what you put down. And it just gave me a lot to think about. So I want to thank you for that because we never really consider how people's upbringings kind of craft them and like shape their experiences and how they show up in the world. So yeah, definitely something for me to think about after we get off the panel. And yeah, you cooked today and the panelists were great. Thank you, Queen.
Thank you. Thank you all for coming on, just being your authentic, genuine selves. Listen, I love Saturdays because I know what y'all be doing. Y'all be getting y'all nails did. Y'all be running errands, eating hamburgers in the car, having a cocktail, Erica, right in the
You
car.
know it. I was just gonna say, Queen Tulsa, I hate you let me catch. Why we gotta catch it straight? We just be minding our business, chilling on a good Saturday,
Yes,
listening to
we having a
Queen,
good
having a
time.
cocktail.
And that's kind of like one of the few days that women can kind of get out the house and be like, I'll be right, but where you going to get your nails done? Y'all want to come? No, mama, don't nobody want to come with you. And you be like, babe, I'm finna go around the corner and give me some food and have a cocktail and listen to Queen Sheba. And just families be doing anything. And I mean, not anything. Y'all just be doing, you know what I'm trying to say, like errands. So I enjoy Saturdays because people get to let their hair down and come in and talk, and we have some really really good discussions. Y'all not scared, and I think we continue to create an atmosphere of letting y'all kind of say, oh, wait a minute, like Amina said, this one of them channels I can say what the fuck I want to say and ain't nobody gonna kick me out. My moderators are awesome. They're excellent. Next week is hamburger day for my moderators, so y'all better come with some money to dedicate to the mods because we like to make sure we take care of them every 2 months. Okay. So we like to give them hamburger or steak. It depends on what y'all. And that's it. We have a good time. What else? Side-Eye said she gonna have some crab legs because of me. I love crab legs. I eat them about once or twice a week. Okay. Kiki says, always great conversation. Toot Latrice says, all of you are fantastic. Simple yet stylish says, as always, this has been a great live. Thank you for covering these topics, Queen, and a great panel too. I love talking to y'all. I love coming over here doing what I do with y'all. Sometimes it's hard to end it, but I'm like, we gotta go. Innocent Instigator says, shout out Queen Sheba. You kept me company while I was running errands. Battery died and came back. This is so good. Girl, get your battery fixed. Why is your battery dying? We need to get you a man to check under your hood and kick the tires. Yes. Come up on this live. Why is your battery dying? How come you didn't see that indicator sign? I need to know. Real quick before we end. Innocent Instigator, why is your battery dying? I'm being silly. All right. So how you say this name? C. Lachey. C. Lachey says, I just want to love my kids. I be so worried and don't want to mess them up. I don't. No, be yourself. As long as you're not abusing them. Like, we talking about people that abuse their kids, not parents that are learning. We're talking about these creatures that are out here. Thank you, Trey. He says, thank you for having me up, Queen. I appreciate it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hold on. Somebody just sent. Oh, let me get to the super chats. Hold on. Thank you, How I See It TV. And everybody, let me get to these super chats, y'all. Hold on. Miss Sugar Mama, thank you for the heart. You really got us going today, Miss Sugar Mama. Hold on. Miss Sugar Mama did her thing today. I like people that they're not afraid to just say, I disagree. I think it makes for a better conversation. Now, Janice giving me $10 early. She said, add it to the mod pot. All right, here we go.
Money comes to me, flowing effortlessly. Money comes to me, comes to me. Money comes to me, flowing effortlessly. Money comes to me. Money.
Sam D85 says, thank you for the 5-piece and the pepper. She says, at the end of the day, Nicki has a jealous spirit. She doesn't want anyone shining but her. Probably. How I See It TV comes back with a 5-piece and a pepper. She says, no, Nicki penned a letter to Culture first. And Cardi clapped back with the Dear Perk letter. They both wrong. Okay. Ramel RB, thank you for the 2-piece and a pepper. Ramel, you've been over here for a minute. Even before we found out that your son or your nephew does security for Terrence. You've been riding with us for a minute. I know who else is over here. I ain't gonna say. Y'all, we got some very famous people or families of famous people over here in the palace. I'm not gonna say. They probably wouldn't want me to say. Okay, you said Ramel said he and his mom get along very well. Thank you for letting us know that. Ramel came back with a 2-piece and a pepper, says, my nephew is his security. That's good to know. Janice Jacobs said, and this is to the mods meal. All right. A 10-piece and a pepper. A 10-piece and a pepper. Thank you, Janice, for next week. CashApp, Queen Sheba, darling. Listen, that's it. That's all. I think we're done, y'all. I think we've covered everything today. Hold on. Give me 1 second. KC says, great live as always. Queen Sheba and Palace. Thank you, everybody. Let me let my mods go. They've been over here for a while, y'all. It's 3 hours. Child, let me get up out of here. All right. Y'all have a good day. tonight. I'm coming back. I don't care. I'm coming back, CC. CC with a 5-piece and a pepper says, you gonna stop going hard on me, hold on, CC. CC said, I be trying to comment in the middle of the conversation. Here you go. What you talking about? Love y'all. We love you too, CC. Ignore me, girl, on Saturday. I can say what I want. It's Saturday. I said what I said. They want me to play Fred and Esther. Okay, Bushi. I got you. Bushi guy. They like unanswered. Toot, I came back, didn't I? All right. They want to hear Fred Sanford. Let me play that for y'all. We up out of here. All right. I'm finna play Fred and Esther. Hold on. Oh, I got you, CC, girl. Listen. All right, here y'all go. Fred and Esther. I didn't even know y'all liked it so much. Here we go.
You all should be ashamed. How can you drink right after a funeral? Like this? Give me another one, then, Brady. Fred Sanford, you just left the house of the Lord, and now I'm in my house. All y'all ought to be ashamed drinking like a school of fish. My Bible says, be not drunk with wine. What does it say about scotch? Listen. Yeah, so why'd you go someplace else? Why'd you go ugly up somebody else's house? Who you calling ugly, sucker? You.